What's his name? How do I spell his name? Matau. Oh, you responded again. Oh, that's a new video. I haven't seen it yet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Hold up, wait. Um... Okay. Is it clear? Okay, should be good. Okay, let me make sure I got YouTube chat up too. Alright, let's see what this fucking degenerate says, bro. Also, I know that Maddie and Nick, y'all are probably gonna watch the VOD after this, okay? Which, hi. This one's it's gonna be so fucking bad, bro. It's gonna be so fucking bad. Okay. Yo, what's up, buddy? Hold on, let's see what this fucking gesture says though. So here it is here. The projecting.
That, and then gets her friend Nick Matau. I don't know how to say his name. And then he makes this video.
This guy's name is Ethan. I'm going to be debating him on Israel-Palestine on Saturday night because I don't go live Friday night. And I respect anyone who's willing to be like, yeah, I'll step in and, you know, have this conversation with you. But, you know, he did make this video, so I'm going to respond to at least the parts that are about me. Most of it's about Maddie. So first thing, 100%.
So he missed the shit that I said, which is I actually texted on his thing. Now, I would have DM'd him, but I have to follow him. And I have fucking standards, so I'm not doing that. However, I did tag him and Maddie. Hold up, wait.
On everything. Maddie did not ask me, get me, or anything about making a video. I have no idea. I get like some debaters in today's day and age, there's like a little bit of showmanship. I get that.
Now, I said that she got her friend because there's actually another video. Where's it at? Not this right here. Here. So Maddie and Nick are debating together, and I think this happened like either the day of or like the day after. Oh, is my mic like super loud? How's my mic quality sound? If it's too loud, let me know, y'all. But they got in this debate here either like the same day Maddie got cooked by fucking Liam or like immediately the next day. And she also called Nick to help her out on the debate up here, right? Because Nick is like, I guess they're like god tier debater or some shit, but it's like, yeah, it's Israel-Palestine shit. Like look, okay, I'm gonna say this, okay? If you support Hamas, which most like pro-Pally people seem to do for some fucking reason, like you are insane, okay? Like Hamas is objectively evil. They are bad. Hamas should fucking go. They should be wiped off. I mean that shit. Terrorists are bad. It is what it is. Now, by that simple virtue alone, Nick only defends Israel. I never see him talk about other shit, okay? He just doesn't do it. I don't know if he's fucking capable of doing it or what, but either way, they go on this panel and Maddie called Nick to help out, so it was a reasonable inference to make.
Fine, but I find it a little insane that you can actually not say maybe, not say probably, not say I think, just legitimately tell your followers something just outright not true. Where did you get this from? I don't.
And then he makes this video.
They all do exactly that, like, fake nervous tick laugh.
Nick, I am laughing because she can't debate.
What? I never said why you were or were not laughing.
That it's not fake. That it's not fake. You're an idiot. Oh my! Oh, I gotta put that in. I gotta put that in. I'm putting it in. I'm putting it in. What a fucking idiot! Why would he say that? He's like this, like fake laugh. Like when you're fake laughing, that implies there's nothing to actually laugh at. Like what? Now, fake laughing is like when you're getting roasted in a fucking debate, like this fucking clown is about to be, okay? And then like you're like cope laughing because you have no other fucking response, so you have to grab like the smallest fucking semblance of like not getting destroyed. Nah, bro.
I figured. I said it was a forced fake laugh, which obviously it was.
It's not. If you're genuinely laughing at your opposition's absurdity, it is not forced and it is not fake. Like, by definition, I am genuinely laughing at them because they are this fucking stupid. Oh my god.
It was. Nobody laughs like this. I mean,
I do! I fucking just did. What are you talking about, bro? He's never seen me play video games. Do you know me? Now, look, if you want to say I made a wrong inference by saying, like, oh, hey, Maddie got her friend to, like, look at this shit, like, you know, that's a, if I'm wrong on that, then that's fine, right? But, like, given the context of this video, the fact that they clearly know each other pretty well and they are friends, it's a reasonable inference to make. But if I'm wrong on that, then it's like, okay, sure, whatever. But either way, you guys obviously are associated and y'all are going to look out for each other. And the fact that you continue to defend her, okay, shows, yeah, maybe you were just looking out for your buddy, which if you were, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Or at least nothing intrinsically wrong. Now, unfortunately, it is the case that your buddy has no idea how to debate and has like the IQ of like a room temperature Fahrenheit cup of water, but you were looking out for your buddy. Now, the best thing you can do as a friend is tell her, hey, you didn't do so good. Maybe you should not do the pick up the mic tour because you're not ready for the debates.
What are we gaslighting right now? Like, obviously it's forced and it's fake.
You know me? He knows me, bro. He knows me. He knows me. He knows me. He knows me, bro.
Nick, do you think I'm a LARPer? Do you think I don't have public speaking experience?
I don't know who you are. I don't see why that really matters. I'm still willing to have a conversation with you. I don't. What are these questions?
Nick, what do you think I do?
Debate? Debate?
Nick invited me on a show, so I'm gonna go confront him the exact same way I look forward to confronting Maddie in the future.
I don't know what you mean by confront, but this won't be just kind of some rando coming up on TikTok. I'm gonna hold both of us to at least a general standard with
I guarantee you this fucking troglodyte is not going to understand anything I say and then accuse me of like obfuscating or not trying to get in the meat and potatoes when he doesn't understand a fucking proposition. I guarantee that's what's going to happen.
this debate. It's gonna be a one-on-one. I'm not gonna bring anyone else up, and you know, just hope you understand that this isn't like a confronting thing. This isn't gonna be ad hominems. I hope.
No, I mean, dude, when you challenge someone to a debate, that is a confrontation. Like, a confrontation doesn't necessitate me saying, like, you're a stupid, dumb, poopy head. I mean, I do think that, like, Nick, I do think you're a stupid, dumb, poopy head, but, like, that's not intrinsic to a debate. And I do agree that in a debate, yeah, like, yeah, you should have more decorum, right? So, am I going to keep it respectful, like, on, like, the one-on-one? Yeah. But, it's just, this is stupid.
Hope we can be mature enough if we can. Be more than glad to reach out to modern day debates, and we can get a moderator.
Is that it seems all you really do is talk about Israel-Palestine.
Yes, as someone who has a degree in Middle Eastern history and as someone who's been talking about it for over 5 years.
Yeah, it means that's the only thing you fucking talk about.
That is my niche. Just like how a lot of people might have a whole channel on, let's say, abortion, or a whole channel on.
Yes, and if you are making advocations for political like parties, if you're one issue fucking person, you are an idiot. There is so much that goes into votes, and it seems your only fucking thing is Israel-Palestine, which, yeah, if you want to give, like, everything to Israel, then yeah, vote fucking Republican. Donald Trump is your guy. But it's like, Oh man, what? When you vote for Donald Trump, what else are you getting other than just, you know, unquestioned loyalty to Israel? Which, if that's your thing, then that's your thing. I much prefer the way Biden handled it, you know, at least like put in some kind of restraint, like, hey, like at least try to do something about the civilian casualties, right? But then Trump came in and was like, get rid of that shit. Civilian casualties? I don't give a fuck.
Dancing or cooking or whatever. That's
But that's not politics. Oh my god.
that's my niche. I don't. Again, what are these questions?
Maybe I haven't looked hard enough, but you got anything else under that belt?
Oh, I wonder if he answers that.
Yeah, I can speak about other things. Of course, I have my opinions just like any other American or human being. I'm just confused at how this is relevant to our conversation. I asked you, would you like to debate Israel-Palestine, because I saw the video where you called it a genocide. I'm sure you have.
Oh, he blundered already. He already fucking blundered. He doesn't know what I said. He has no fucking ear. Oh, I'm gonna rhetoric this. I'm gonna rhetoric the fuck out of him, bro.
Other opinions about Israel.
This is what I'm saying. The right is stupid. Nick, when you're watching this VOD, you're an idiot. You're so stupid. All I have to defend is that Trump has positive attitudes towards Gaza getting genocided. And that is incredibly easy for me to prove. That is so insanely easy for me to prove. Because like it's not even that he's like actively attempting to pursue it. So for example, if you have like a really fat person, a just total fat ass, who's like, man, I really want to eat cake, but I'm on a diet. But the cake is still like it's there, right? Then they want to eat the cake, right? They want to eat the fucking cake, but they don't do it. Or at the very least, they have positive attitudes. So like, I have positive attitudes towards getting $5, right? I love, you know, if I find like $5 on the floor, I'd be like, oh, sweet, $5. I want to get that. Things that you want, you have positive attitudes towards, okay? So you could say you have positive attitudes towards artists. Now, it doesn't mean that you want to be an artist, but it means you want artists, right? You have positive attitudes towards art. It doesn't necessitate that you want to draw art, but it just necessitates that you want art. You have positive attitudes towards it by virtue of you wanting it. You have wants in virtue of you having positive attitudes towards it, right? And I think they really can go vice versa. But either way, though, all I have to demonstrate is that Trump has positive attitudes towards genocide Gaza, which is like trivial. It is trivial, bro. Because I can actually accept a proposition, right, that makes sense. Unlike this fucking troglodyte who says that, oh my god, what was the proposition that he accepted? Hold on, wait. It is the most moral position to take that Palestinians generally need to suffer more. That's crazy. Why would you take that proposition? Oh my god, bro. So yeah, he's done. It's over. It's actually over. Excuse me. It's actually Jover, bro. I need to go to my TikTok. I need to find the video. Where's that? Is actually Jover, bro. I think it's this one right here.
She supported the slaughter.
Here it is. Yep. Oh, it's Jover.
Babies last year, and you voted for someone who stripped away rights from innocent human beings.
And you voted for somebody who wants Gaza to get genocided. What do you want me to say?
And that's correct. Trump has positive attitudes towards the genocide of Gaza. Now, that is a separate claim from saying that Gaza is being genocided. That is a totally separate claim. Which, to be honest, I'm actually pretty agnostic. Okay, I'm going to say it right now. If people want to follow me, it is what it is. Now look, here's the case. Israel is doing a lot of really fuck shit in terms of disregarding civilian fucking lives. They're doing a lot of shit that results in a lot of people fucking dying, okay? Unjustly. Destroying fucking buildings that are populated with a shitload of innocent people. That's bad. They do try to give warnings, though. They do try to deliver aid. They do try to... I've got a whole fucking set of things, but there's arguments on both sides, truly, okay? And then Hamas intentionally uses civilians as like body shields, okay? They literally hide with the civilians to maximize civilian casualties. The most disgusting, like, abhorrent shit in the world, like, only a fucking coward would do. Hiding amongst your fucking civilians, your non-combatants, in a war. Now, yeah, I get it. I think Israel has gone insane in terms of the civilian to combatant casualty count. I do think that they're trying to mitigate something, because I think if they were trying to genocide, I think the death toll would be ungodly higher. I do think it would be so much higher if they were trying to. But the ICJ needs to do their investigation, and they're gonna do their investigation, and then that's gonna be it. That's gonna, I guess, be the determining factor. Now, what's there to debate him on? Like, me and him largely agree on, like, the Israel stuff. Like, Fishy, I like, the hard thing about the intent is that there's really strong arguments on both sides. Like, I think for, like, the full legal proof, we need a literal smoking gun, and it's such a hard thing to prove beyond, like, a shadow of a doubt, which it is what we need to be able to prove, okay? We need to be able to prove that fully, substantially, like, so strongly, and it's not there. Because if it was there, then, I mean, unless we want to say the ICJ is, like, controlled by Jews or some shit, but then we start getting some crazy fucking conspiracy shit, and I would reject that. I think that would be, like, an anti-Semitic, like, just conspiracy theory, ultimately, right? It all goes back to the fucking Jews. Now, again, I lean more towards it not being a genocide, but, like, it's something where, again, there's strong arguments on both sides, but I'm more towards the Israeli side on this one. I think there are people in the IDF who are committing genocide, right? Because they want this shit to happen. They intentionally kill civilians, right? They want these Gazans to die. But Israel, the state, I don't think that is the case of a genocide. But unquestionably, it is the case that Trump has positive attitudes towards Gaza being genocided. Now, it could be the case that Trump has even further positive attitudes towards it not being genocided, right? But again, like with the fat person who wants to have a diet, okay, but they value their diet more, then it is the case that they still want to eat the fucking cake. They're just not doing it, okay? They have mutually conflicting goals, and they're picking the one that suits their best interest, but it doesn't mean they still don't want the other one. Now, saying that, like, they want to act on it, that's a totally different proposition. But Nick isn't ready for it because he didn't put his thinking cap on, bro. So now I'm gonna embarrass him.
I don't understand. Are you asking? Can we switch the topic? Are you?
So Maddie gets mad and then gets her friend.
All right. So I've got a little notepad I'm working on. Ruh-roh. Dude, I cannot wait to humble this dude, bro. Oh my god, I want to call him slurs. Okay, Nick response to my video. I advocate for a two-state solution, by the way. I think that's the most reasonable solution, but, like, Palestinians need to, like, get over the whole, like, Jew thing. Like, because I do think that, like, there's just embedded in a lot of, like, Arab, I guess I'll say, like, culture, right? Or, not guess, like, culture, yeah. It's just, like, anti-Semitism. like a lot of people are like, bro, Jews cannot exist, or at least Israel cannot exist. And to that, I say, like, they're there now. And when, like, they're there, like, the people who live in Israel today are not the people who established Israel in 1948. And if you want to say, you know, talk about the morality, the establishment of Israel in 1948, then that's fair. But that's a totally different conversation from the people who are there today. Like, what do you even do with all those people? I don't remember. What is the population of Israel? Okay, 10 million. Yeah, like, what do you do with all those fucking people, bro? So, like, and you can't just, like, open the door to, like, if, the door gets opened, or, like, I don't know, you do, like, a one-state solution where, like, Israelis become a minority, like, they're gonna die, bro. They're gonna fucking die. Like, they were willing to do October 7th. Wow. Like, they have the whole might of the IDF and the US military backing them. Like, and then you want to do a one-state solution? No, they're dead, bro. That's not gonna work. I mean, I hate to see it, like, truly, but, like, it is what it is. Oh, I need to change the names on my thingies here. Okay. On my Twitch. Fuck. There we go. Okay. Let me kick. This is gonna be really embarrassing, bro. This is gonna be so fucking embarrassing, bro. This is gonna be so embarrassing for him, bro. This is gonna be so fucking funny. Okay, let me see. Let me write down his dumbass fucking points.
So Maddie gets mad
Okay.
and then gets her friend Nick Matau. Matau? I don't know how to say his name. And then he makes this video.
This guy's name is Ethan. I'm going to be debating him on Israel-Palestine on Saturday night because I don't go live Friday night. And I respect anyone who's willing to be like, yeah, I'll step in and, you know, have this conversation with you. But, you know, he did make this video, so I'm going to respond to at least the parts that are about me. Most of it's about Maddie. So first thing, 100% legitimately on everything. Maddie did not ask me, get me, or anything about making a video. I have no idea. I get, like, some debaters in today's day and age, there's, like, a little bit of showmanship. I get that. It's fine. But I find it a little insane that you can actually not say maybe, not say probably, not say I think, just legitimately tell your followers something just outright.
Bro, as he calls me a leftist. I am not, like, literally in my description of, like, every fucking thing it says I'm Ethan, I support liberal policies. Is this dumbass unironically about to say that liberals are fucking leftists? Dude, I'm gonna rhetoric him so bad, bro. This is good. This is so embarrassing, bro. This is so, like, it's gonna take everything in my power to not, like, yell at this fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. Okay. So, one. Maddie didn't. Call Nick.
Not true. Where did you get this? It's fine, but I find it a little insane that you can
A
actually
little insane.
not say maybe, not say probably, not say I think.
Let's say it's 037.
Just legitimately tell your followers something just outright not true.
Outright not true.
Where'd you get this from? I don't.
And then he makes this video.
They all do exactly that, like, fake nervous tick laugh.
Nick, I am laughing because she can't debate.
What? I never said why you were or were not laughing. I figured. I said it was a forced fake laugh. Which
Nick states my.
Which obviously it was. Nobody ever said why you were or were not.
Laugh.
Nick, I am laughing because she can't debate.
Dude, unironically, like, negative IQ, bro. Oh my god. Like, if it's forced and fake, that means you don't have a reason to laugh! Like, this is so trivial! This is literally trivial, bro.
What? I never said
Oh
why you
my,
were or were not laughing.
he's actually.
I
can't.
figured.
Oh my god.
I said it was a forced fake laugh, which obviously it was. Nobody laughs like this. I mean,
Nobody states nobody laughs the way I did.
are we gaslighting right now? Like, it was a forced fake laugh, which obviously it was. Nobody
104. Yeah, do you know me?
laughs like this. I mean,
No, you never like see me play video games. You never see me go on like a kill streak and like while playing video games. You never seen me how I go when I'm like debating chuds and I destroy them, bro. Like
gaslighting right now? Like, obviously it's forced and it's fake.
Nick, do you think I'm a LARPer? Do you think I don't have public speaking experience?
I don't know who you are. I don't see why that
oh look,
really matters. I don't.
Nick, do you think I'm a LARPer? Do you think I don't have public speaking experience?
113. Dude, he's just contradicting himself like so bad. Like it's. He says nobody laughs how I did, and then also says he doesn't know me, and it's like, you don't know me. What are you doing?
don't know who you are. I don't see why that really matters. I'm still willing to have a conversation with you. I don't. What are these questions?
Nick, what do you think I do?
Debate? Debate?
Nick invited me on a show, so I'm gonna go confront him the exact same way I look forward to confronting Maddie in the future.
I don't know what you mean by confront, but this won't be just kind of some random.
It shows confusion at the word confront.
Coming up on TikTok. I'm gonna hold debate.
Nick invited me on a show, so I'm gonna go confront him the exact same way I look forward to confronting Maddie in the future.
I don't know what you
130. Now, it is important that I do hold decorum because otherwise Turning Point will have like a reason to not like platform me on the microphone. So I will be holding decorum. I want to make it clear on these streams. Yeah, I'm going to roast the fuck out of you because y'all deserve it. Y'all are destroying this country. Okay. So on the streams, yeah, I'm going to do that. On the videos, yeah, I'm going to do it. But like in person, yeah, I'm going to show decorum. I would love to show decorum. There we go. Even look, y'all started this whole like liberal destroyed compilation 582. Like y'all started this shit, okay? I have no empathy for like having fun talking about how fucking stupid you are, especially in context of the fact that y'all are destroying this country. So I have absolutely no problem with doing that.
mean by confront, but this won't be just kind of some rando coming up on TikTok. I'm gonna hold both of us to at least a general standard with this debate. It's gonna be a one-on-one. I'm not gonna bring anyone else up, and hope you understand that this isn't like a confronting thing. This isn't gonna be ad hominems. I hope we can be mature enough to
Ad hominems.
be more than glad to reach out to modern day debates, and we can get a moderator.
Is that it seems all you really do is talk about Israel-Palestine.
Yes, as someone who has a degree in Middle Eastern history and as someone who's been talking about it for over 5
Israel-Palestine.
Yes, as
Yeah, single issue voters are a problem. Yeah, like that's objectively a fucking problem.
someone who has a degree in Middle Eastern history debates, and we can get a moderator.
Is that it seems all you really do is talk about Israel-Palestine.
Yes, as
Nick admits to only about Israel, Palestine.
someone who has a degree in Middle Eastern history and as someone who's been talking about it for over 5 years. That is my. Been talking about it for someone who has.
All you really do is talk about Israel, Palestine.
Yes, as someone who has a degree in Middle Eastern history and as someone who's been talking about it for over 5 years, that is my niche. Just like how a lot of people might have a whole channel on, let's say, abortion, or a whole channel on dancing or cooking or whatever. That's my niche. I don't. Again, what are these questions?
Maybe you haven't looked hard enough, but you got anything else under that belt?
Yeah, I can speak about other things. Of course, I have my opinions just like any other American or human being.
Willing to talk about other topics.
I'm just confused at how this is relevant to our conversation. I asked you, would you like to debate Israel-Palestine, because I saw the video where you called it a genocide. I'm sure you have
Uh-oh.
other opinions about it. So how this is relevant to our conversation. I'm just confused at being. I'm other American or speak about other things, of course.
Anything else under that belt?
Yeah, I can speak about other things, of course. I have my
So it's like,
yeah, I can
219?
speak about other things, of course. I have my opinions just like any other American or human being.
19.
I'm just confused at
No.
how this is
It
relevant
is the
to our
case.
conversation.
You made a
I asked
generational
you, would
fumble.
you like to debate Israel-Palestine, because I saw the video where you called it a genocide. I'm sure you have other opinions about Israel. I don't understand. Are you asking, can we switch the topic? Are you...
So Maddie gets mad and then gets her friend.
That's good. All right. We're going in. We're doing it. Okay, so where's my phone at, bro? Oh, it's literally right here. I gotta open up TikTok on my other account. I got a nasty message. Nasty, nasty message. Not very nice. Yeah, I sent a text 11 hours ago. Or no, not a text, but a comment tagging him as well. But yeah, we're gonna full send the shit. It's gonna be funny as fuck, bro. Oh my god, it's gonna be so good. Okay, let me make sure I got all my shit straight. Oh, I need to put my pressing points. Love this performative and do fake nervous laughs. Could you motivate that? Oh yeah. Uh, okay. I didn't call him to respond to my video. Yeah, there's nothing really to say there. However, I gave legitimate reasons for why I was laughing. Nick responds to second video. Nick responds to second video. 055. Nick stated. You can even do something that you don't want to do. Actually, could you? No, I think the things that you do, no matter what, I think you do want to. I think all it requires for you to want to do something is either A, to actually do it, because by virtue of you doing it, like maybe there's like two really bad options. Actually, I mean, the scope for want is like so vague. It's really easy for me to win. Like, there's no way he comes out on this one looking good, so it's gonna be really embarrassing for him. You say the following about my laugh again. Nobody laughs. I do. Oh, this should be 055. It should be, was it number 2? 2. 3. However, saying that. I mean, that's wrong. That's wrong. Sure. Nick shows confusion at the word confront. He's willing to talk about other topics. Okay, Nick and Miss only talking about Israel Palestine. What's number 5? Okay. Okay, you say the following about my laugh again. Nobody laughs like, oh, okay. Basically asserted that your political channel with one strict focus. Do I want to push on that? I mean, like, if he's willing to debate other things, I probably won't push on that. I mean, I think it is bad to be like a one issue person, but like, oh, actually, you know what? Given the other atrocities by Trump, why support him? Mass deportations, tariffs, Iran war. Oh, January 6th. Hold on, wait, where's the fucking... I have a whole fucking list of shit. Oh, yeah, boat, war crimes, Epstein. Actually, wait. Let me just replace this with Epstein files, bro. Epstein files. Okay, what else we got? Oh, Doge. Dude, I forgot about Doge. Gutting. Oh yeah, political prosecution of enemies. So like James Comey, Letitia James, seditious sex. That's enough examples for now. Okay, should be good. So he claimed that Liam and I are performative leftists. That's dumb as fuck. Like Liam is an Ayn Rand objectivist, okay? And he says he's a fucking leftist. Like that is hilarious, bro. Like at least in terms of like, I don't want to say Liam is like. I mean, I guess I would say he's to the right of me. Yeah, he's definitely to the right of me from an economic standpoint because I want like strong government like intervention with like regulation specifically. Now ideally we live on a purely like laissez-faire system, but like I genuinely don't think that's even like attainable. Okay, so I've got 6 things to push them on. Okay. I just want to make sure I've got all my shit set before I go against this clown. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I gotta bring up TikTok.
Of the spectrum of attacking a sovereign country.
Yeah,
Right. So what does an international community
Alright,
have every right to say, hey, you only can attack once it's past 80%?
the rule of law, man. I mean,
That's not the rule of law. It's not the rule of law.
Well, yeah, the law, the rules, things
It's not.
to follow.
Do you know how international law works?
No.
Okay. So the hierarchy of international law is just Kogan's norms. That's peremptory norms. That outranks everything. Doesn't matter. Okay. Even if the Secretary General of the United Nations himself came out and said something against just Kogan's norms, he would still be outranked. Okay. Next is Article 107 or 103, 107. Let me look it up. Of the UN Charter. UN Charter, Article 107. Yeah, 107, which states nothing in the present charter shall invalidate or preclude action in relation to any state which during the Second World War, it's cut off. Hold on, I have to click on it. A little longer than I thought. Has been an enemy of any signatory to the present charter, taken or authorized as a result of that war by the. Let me look up Article 103 real quick. Yeah, no, it's 103. Even though 107 is important too, but 103 is the main one. In the event of a conflict between the obligations of the members of the United Nations under the present charter and their obligations under any other international agreement. I'm going to read that one more time. And their obligations under any other international agreement. Not some, not most, any. Their obligations under the present charter shall prevail. So that ICJ committee, right? Although it would be directed specifically to the United States with their cease and desist, and I assume the United States followed it, but irrelevant. Article 51 would trump that, unless there was something that they specifically gave to Israel, which they didn't. But let's read Article 51 real quick. Nothing One more time. Nothing in the present charter shall impair the inherent right of individual or collective self-defense if an armed attack occurs against a member of the United Nations until the Security Council has taken measures necessary to maintain international peace and security, which if the Security Council came out and said something, I guess that would be the case. And it does say measures taken by members in the exercise of this right of self-defense shall be immediately reported to the Security Council and should not in any way affect the authority and responsibility of the Security Council. So if Mohammed Reza Zahedi, right, along with I think it was 5 other, shit, I already forgot, 6 other, 7 other. Do you know what the other IRGC officers are doing other than that one guy that you appointed? Okay, so
no, what the other 7 people were.
Okay,
what their role was.
Okay. Long story short, I don't think there's enough information, at least that you know, for you to actually make a claim in any direction. But so far, with the information you have given me, even if I were to give you the benefit of the doubt and assume everything you said was true, although I doubt it,
what do you want me to say?
it has not even come close to convincing me.
But like, given international law, given the fact that
that's not international law. I just read international law, Article 103. It trumps any treaty law and it trumps any customary international law, unless one of those laws happens to be bound by just Kogan's norms, which in this case it doesn't, so that's irrelevant. I just read it. I literally just read it.
Imminent threat, right? Like for the
it doesn't say imminent threat. It doesn't say imminent threat. But that being said, yes, imminent threat would be part of it.
Okay. Can I bring up something else?
Is it significantly more interesting than your last conversation?
I mean, this was an original conversation, so
it was original, and I applaud you for that. I'll give you that, but original doesn't always mean better.
I guess. Look, this other girl, your friend, Medine.
Who?
The curly hair, the curly hair girl.
That doesn't help. I'm friends with a lot of Jews, dude.
The one like you just talked about, like her debating, right? And never mind, doesn't matter. Okay.
Maddie?
In Gaza. Maddie, that's the one.
Got it.
Maddie, okay. They were she was debating this other guy named Chris, right? And
okay.
Look, in Gaza, based on there has been cases of the aid being like going into Gaza. We know that a lot of it is diverted and whatnot. And based on
by diverted, do you mean stolen and looted?
Stolen.
Got it. Let's just be honest with our language here. Keep going.
Okay. Stolen and looted. And based on this US thing, right? They had like 156 cases, out of which 11 of them were caused by Israel. And
yeah, you're being very dishonest. Wait, what? Caused by Israel? What do you mean? What was caused by Israel?
Was directly caused.
What was caused by Israel?
The food, the aid being lost.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to join, because he might. I hope he's not gonna abuse me. I think I might just have to ball and just like cross my fingers that he doesn't like be like a full like fucking coward. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna have to cross my fingers that he doesn't abuse me. So I don't know how we're looking in the live. Okay. Cool. Okay. Here we go.
and they were like looking out for the aid trucks, and I think it was at night, right? They carried out a strike on these Hamas members and these high fat and strong families in Gaza, which Hamas recruited, and after that.
I can just play it here.
I'm guessing probably because they were.
Yeah, I can just play it here.
Okay, great. I don't. What's the problem right now?
Yeah, I'll just play it here. And then record here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the
Okay,
play.
or sometimes other things can happen. That's not the intent for that to happen. But
Which means
I'm confused on. Let me ask you a question. You're an American?
Unfortunately, I'm a Canadian.
Okay, sorry about that. But you have
Sorry
banks.
about that.
You have banks in Canada, yeah?
Things, yeah, we got plenty of
No,
things.
banks.
Banks?
Yeah, banks, money. Banks.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you have security in those banks?
okay.
Sure do.
Okay, if security were to take the day off, would you rob the bank?
There we go.
Of course not.
Well, why not? The security's not there.
I don't know. I'm just a good person.
Yeah, you're just
I
not a
wouldn't
piece of
switch
shit. Yeah, you're not a barbaric piece of shit. Yeah, can you explain to me how Israel forced them to be barbaric pieces of shit? You
No,
can just
they
like
didn't.
okay, great. Yeah, next question.
I expect to say that with Israel in certain extent we could blame them to a certain extent.
Why would you
That's
blame them?
okay.
That wasn't their intent. Yeah, even if I were to assume your entire story was exactly
Okay,
the
it's
way
going.
you or
I put the
whoever
request in.
said it was, let's just like assume it was 100% correct, right? Even based off of your story, you were saying, yeah, it's probably a good assumption that they were attacking a legitimate target, but a side consequence, not their intent, but a side consequence happened. Yeah, I wouldn't blame somebody for that. It'd be like if somebody, I don't know, kind of tripped over their own footing and they accidentally knocked over my glass, and it's like, I'm going to blame them for that. It's like, it's not, I wouldn't do that. Now, if somebody comes up and they go to my glass and they go, boop, then yeah, then I'm going to blame them because their intent is different. The action's the same. Either way, my glass is on the ground, water spilled all over, glass is shattered. The action is exactly the same, but one shows intent and one doesn't. So I hope you agree with me. I'm not going to get mad at the first guy, but I will get mad at the second one because of not the action, but the intent. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Cool.
And this is quick source thing, okay? Quick source. It's gonna be a quick question, okay? Yesterday, you and your buddy said that customary law overruled, treaty law overruled customary law.
Gotta wait for them to finish up, y'all.
No, I said
I'm so happy. I
customary
stopped being
international
5 IQ. I was like, wait, I'll just play it through the fucking
He said
phone, and then
customary
y'all can hear.
international law and treaty law work together, although treaty law can override customary international law, especially like Geneva Convention 4 is technically treaty law, but there are things within Geneva Convention 4 that is at the highest of peremptory norms.
Could you please provide me a source of where I can read this? Like Oslo II overrides Hague Regulation Article 42.
What?
Like, why is
Why do you think a Hague Regulation Article 42 is customary international law?
Is that?
We were talking about the UPJ we were talking about the UPJ principle. You're talking about yesterday's live, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were definitely 1000% talking about the UPJ principle, which is customary international law.
No, right after that we got into the.
I'm sure we also brought that up, but the reference of what we said about overriding UPJ principle
Dude,
is that
if I can
Oslo is
Epstein
treaty
this
law that
boy,
overrides
oh
customary
my
international law
god,
of
that's gonna be so
jurors.
funny, bro. That's gonna be such a
I
meme.
promise you that was what was said.
Let me Epstein this boy, bro.
Hague regulations articles, that would be treaty law. In some cases, it would actually be peremptory norms, which would override everything, just depending on what we're talking about within the Hague. So I would never say that. It's just, you're just wrong again.
Oh, okay, my bad. Then let me just ask you directly. Like, under what could you?
Gotta be honest, your questions are really boring.
Repeat this for me. Why is it not occupation? Like under international law. Like, not that it's like belligerent. Not it's like belligerent and stuff like that. It's just so you're going.
So what is Article 42?
Look at we know over this. You said it's
what is Article 42?
It's foreign, hostile.
Oh my god.
Like,
like, look, the guy always doesn't know what he was talking about.
Force being present in an area and then asserting it in this words like asserting itself.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, is it a
See, I'm not
hostile
saying that
army?
Israel doesn't meet those
Is it a
requirements,
hostile
right?
army?
It's not
Is it a
belligerent,
hostile
it's
army?
asserting
Is it a
itself.
hostile army?
No, it's not. It's not belligerent.
Okay, so does it follow Article 42?
Oops, I didn't mean to say thank you for. That's okay.
No.
Okay, does that answer your question?
But then what'd you say, UPJ? What did you?
UPJ has nothing to
kinda connected
do
dots.
with Article 42. UPJ was a completely separate thing. UPJ is just something that people argued, but it wouldn't particularly matter because the Oslo Accords would override that, and that was signed in 1993 and 1995 of Oslo II, and Hebron Agreement in 97. That has nothing to do with Article 42. That's just a totally separate thing.
Got it. Clarification, okay? It's not occupation because it does not meet the requirements of, first of all, it's just not the
Who are they occupying?
the
Who are they
Oh, in this
occupying?
case, wait, why do I even have it up on? Oh, so I can record it.
because it's sovereign
I'll just do that.
Israeli territory.
Well, no. Ugh, Jesus Christ.
There we go.
The UPJ doesn't apply because it's something that would have applied from the very beginning.
And then I'll
right?
turn
But
this
because of the Oslo Accords, the UPJ wouldn't
to
be a customary international law that'd be applied to the territory.
There we go.
I feel like I've said this like 20 times already.
There we go. Okay, and now I think we're
Well, I
good
guess
for real.
I'll just go rewatch this because I might be a bit confused here.
Oh, I promise you, you're gonna hear Palliative say this has nothing to do with that. This is something separate. I promise you.
All right then.
Sure you watch the whole thing.
Yo, hello.
Yes, Brody. Hello. What's up?
How's it going? I'm pro Israel, but
Oh, yo,
I'd like to show you something.
it's Leo.
Yeah, I know.
It's Leo.
So you really got me into. I'm Jewish, and you got me into like studying this more.
Cool.
So this is. Wait, can I turn on my camera? Yeah. So this is the first book that I bought.
Robert Spencer.
Yeah. So I've started reading that.
That is
Then
not
I got
Liam.
Herzl's like actual.
Yep. The
thing.
pamphlet.
Yeah, and I just got this book. I got it for a really good deal.
Oh, IP Stone. Or I Have Stone.
Bro, legit, I thought that was fucking Liam, bro. I'm corny, bro. I'm corny.
And do you have any other book recommendations? Because
Raise me like our Lord.
I mean, I always recommend my first book I ever read. It's not the first book I read.
I thought that was Liam. Dude, he sounded just like Liam, bro. I was like, yo.
Arab-Israeli Wars by Chaim Herzog. I love that book.
Bro, that was so fucking funny.
I think it's a really good one. It's not every single war because it's a slightly older book, but I definitely think, if I remember correctly, I read it like 5+ years ago, but it goes up to the 82 war, I want to say. Definitely Yom Kippur. But it's going to give you a good gist of getting you into just like the major wars, and on top of that, some information that's not generally talked about.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Also, have you heard of this guy called Professor Dave?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, everyone keeps telling me about him. Yeah, I saw some of his video.
There's no way he doesn't know about Professor Dave.
I got such a headache because the guy was a moron. I challenged him to a debate. He never answered.
Yeah.
Oh really? He never did. Yeah, he has such a loud mouth. It's very sad because he is. I'd say he's pretty smart on certain stuff, but like, I commented on his thing. And he was just like rude to me, and I gave him all these facts, right? And he just never responded, and it's just so funny how they do that.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know much about him. I was only told about him just because of that recent video that he made, but I don't really know much about him, just to be honest with you.
Yeah, cool. Well, all right. I won't take any more of your time. Thank you.
All right, cool, man. Thanks. Peace.
All right, I think it's my turn.
Bye-bye.
Bro, what?
Jeremy, what's up?
Hey, man.
Oh, I gotta
J-Dubs
go back to the
from YouTube.
Sorry, I'm 5 IQ.
Sorry, you broke out a little
And
bit.
two, wanted to say also. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
Okay. One, I just wanted to say, I'm J-Dubs from YouTube. Love your content. Love everything about you. I just had a simple question, one that maybe you could give me an answer to. I'm very pro-Israel, obviously, because I'm a Christian for the most part, but I did have a YouTube playlist showed to me by a channel.
Dude, come on, let me on. I feel like fucking oh my god, the wolf from Puss in Boots.
Nazi.
Come on, bro, rise me.
And
You
just
know
kinda
I'm in
had a
here.
question, maybe
You know I'm
if
in
you could
here.
give me any, like,
Maybe
kudos
it's
for
this
that.
guy and then it's my turn.
Okay.
It's got to be right.
Mostly just what I saw was the lead in the revolution for the sexual
Ooh, that was not the
revolution
proposition I
and
asserted.
liberalism in general, and maybe just kind
But
of wanted
once
to
Gaza got
get your
genocided.
opinion
Yup.
on that.
Well, what does it mean for someone to
Yeah,
want
I think,
something?
well, I don't know how much Jewish influence there could have been. I think at like its peak, it was like 10% Jewish. The Bolsheviks.
Dude, I cannot
and
wait.
then
He's
some
gonna
of them
crash
try to
out
count that
so
because
fucking
for quite a
bad.
few years,
He's gonna
they were
crash out so bad.
saying,
Oh my
it's
god,
just, like,
maybe I should
Spanish
hit him with a girl
speaker, it's,
voice.
like, 95%
I don't
Jewish.
know.
It's
I
like
feel like that'd be pretty funny.
straight
I mean,
up,
I'm just
sometimes I can
oh
feel
my
like
god,
Jews,
Nick, like you actually thought that like
twisted, that's
I'm a
lie.
leftist? Like, what are
You
you
know, I
doing,
think
Nick?
where they got it
Why are
is
you
kinda
like
twisted it that way.
projecting all this
Nobody
onto
can figure
me?
out
Like,
where
you think
that
this is like the
came from. It's
entire
just
fucking
someone
left?
straight
Like,
lying.
Nick, what are you
And
doing?
anyways, when
Holy-
they figured out
Fuck!
a lot of mostly
Let me also
far
get milk,
right-wing
dude. I'm gonna
people
milk
that try
this
to use
fucker,
that
bro.
anti-Semite
By
word
milk,
or
I
whatever.
mean drink
When they
milk,
figured
not-
out that wasn't true,
You know, I'm
then
just
they
gonna
started
shut the
trying
fuck
to
up for like
apply
2
like, oh,
seconds.
we don't mean like all of Bolsheviks.
Already
we just mean,
blundered
like
it,
some of
okay.
the leadership. But when you look into that, the way you
I'm
claim
gonna drink
somebody is
milk while I
Jewish is,
rhetoric
like,
this boy,
insane.
bro.
They'll, like,
Oh, it's gonna be
say,
so
oh,
good.
like Stalin, he had like this Jewish ancestry and his great grandfather or something.
Let me get this
I don't know,
fucking
it's
bot
something
out of here, bro.
stupid. And then when you look into it, it's like maybe it was true, but totally
Where's
irrelevant
that?
because one, it didn't
Okay.
change their life at all. Now, unless
Close
the
that
concept
puppy.
is that like Jewish blood actually
That can
changes
stay.
your thought process to the point that you want to do stuff like
That can
Bolshevism,
go.
communism. Of course, if in a communist society, Jews magically become the capitalists, so that way they can hate them, and in a capitalist society, they're the communists, so they can hate them. So it's like, I think it's just all insane. They even like claim people who are literally like anti-Semitic who talk shit about the Jews, but they find out that maybe possibly one of their great grandfathers was Jewish, so they'd be like, "See, he's a Jew."
Oh yeah, I was
It's
gonna
like,
bring up
that's where
fucking
they come up with this idea. We can just admit that Bolshevism was bad because it was bad. It has nothing to do with being white, black, brown, Jewish, Muslim.
It was
whatever.
bad because it was bad. Very thoughtful.
Oh no, I 100% agree.
Very
I
fucking
just
thoughtful,
wanted
bro.
to run it through you.
Yeah, you should look a little bit into it, like on who they claim is Jewish and who like really isn't.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because like
Very
even
thoughtful.
videos
Good
that I
insight.
saw, like,
Bad stuff or bad?
even during the Bolshevik Revolution, like you could very well obvious that it's not
Yeah,
a very
it's
high
trivially true, yeah.
Jewish population that was included in that, and they were very anti-Zionist as well.
Right.
But that was mostly just something I was wanting to run by and
Also,
see if
there's
you
a lot
could
of
give me any
attacks
more
during that
information.
time against the Jews as well. So it's like they were
Oh,
Jewish and
100%.
they were doing some kind of secret Jewish plot. Man, they really fucked over their own people a lot.
I just noticed that it was one thing that was leading a few people that I've been talking to into like an anti-Israel sentiment, but I was like, hey, it's not necessarily those Jews. No, like Israel just wants to be, and I completely agree with that myself.
It's kind of like when Huda, whatever her name is, Beauty, that makeup chick, she came out and she's like, Israel caused World War I and World War II and the Titanic. I don't know if she said the Titanic, but it was just like Israel. The modern state of Israel didn't even exist. It's like, do you just mean Jews?
Yes.
Like, did you just want to say Jews without saying it?
True.
And that's genuinely what I think is really the issue is with most people. Like, I actually have a buddy of mine who was very anti-Israel, and I actually recommended him your channel. And
Unstable internet. Fuck you. Don't do this to me.
severely anti-Jew.
Don't do this
He's
to
not
me.
anti-Semitic, I'll say that. But he just kind of has like a.
What do you mean?
Hey, what's
He's
the word I'm
anti-Jew,
trying
but
to
not
look for?
anti-Semitic. That's what anti-Semitism means. It was coined by Wilhelm Marr.
No, so. Maybe that was the wrong word for it.
No, you're good, man.
He's very cautious, I guess you could say.
Weird.
Yeah, he's dragging forward some tendencies. I get you.
Yeah, and I guess mostly, like I said, I love watching.
Come on, bro.
videos, man, and you've honestly taught me.
I'm
a lot,
waiting.
and
Let
just
me
listening
up.
To you is really
Let me up.
a lot more.
Rise me.
But yeah, I just kind of wanted to run that by you. And one, I just also wanted to say that I absolutely do agree that Islam is a threat to the West. Looking into their books, you can't deny that. And just
Ethan
wanted to
is
say
here,
that,
Nick.
love what
This
you
could
do,
be
and
true.
Keep doing it, man. Keep up the good work, and can't really think of anything else.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Yellow?
Ethan, what's up? Go ahead.
Hey, good looking. What's cooking? Yeah, nah. there's a few things that you've said, and I think you're coming to some really goofy conclusions, and I have no idea why you're doing that. Yeah, I've just come to go and hash those out with you, and we can settle everything like right now. How does that sound?
Settle. I'm sorry. What? What are you talking about?
Yeah, just like talk about like our disagreements because it seems to be the case we have a good few.
We have a good what? I'm sorry.
A good few?
Oh, a good few. Sorry, I thought you said a good few. Is this a? What do you mean by hash it? Is this the Ethan from the Instagram video you made, or I made and you made, and
I'm officially
this is a
Ethan,
different
and I'll
Ethan?
see you around.
What?
I'm officially Ethan, and I'll see you around. Yeah, that's me. Hi.
I'll see you around. Is that like a?
No, I'm just
catchphrase?
saying the little outro. Yeah, sorry, I'm being, I guess, a
That's
little
funny.
goofy or whatever.
I'll be honest, I didn't make it all the way to your end of your video. I didn't know you said that at the end, so that's my bad. Oh,
You didn't
I
finish
thought
my
you were
video
coming
before like
Saturday.
talking about me? That's kind of interesting, but that's okay.
No, I finished that video. Did you actually say I'll see you around at the end?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna like hold you to it for not remembering like an
Okay, I
outro
guess I
thing.
could
But
have
it's
just
cool.
forgot.
No worries, no worries.
I thought you were coming Saturday.
Yeah, I commented about 12 hours ago that I was actually gonna do it today. The reason why I don't is I'm on the East Coast and I go to the gym like super early every day. And by virtue of everyone shit talking, calling me a coward, I was like, all right, fine, fuck it, I'll skip tomorrow. So,
You
yeah.
should definitely not care about what the comments say. If I cared about the comments say, I probably would have quit a long time ago.
No, it's valid. But yeah.
Okay.
Are you cool with me being up here
shit.
today?
No, well, I don't want to fuck with your gym schedule. I've been. Just
I'm happy. Now I'm already up. I'm already up, brother. I'm already up.
Yeah. Okay. I wanted to like kind of do it like face to. Well, not literally face to face, but you do it.
I can like turn my camera on if you want.
Guess I could do it that way, and then I can change the settings. How do you do this on panel? I think it's like this. We can do it that way. Probably be easier. But I didn't have time to prepare. I'm just kidding.
Nah, yeah, because I know this is like your bread and butter, so I'm really interested to see how this goes. Oh, cool. Awesome. Looks
just
good.
give me like 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. That's me. But yeah, I look forward to the conversation. Just talking to chat while wait for Nick. Yeah, I'm looking forward. Oh, you got headphones on, so you can hear me anyway.
Okay. Let me set up my shit on YouTube. Hold on, how do I do this? Oh, did it work?
Let me see how I'll turn my camera. Oh no, I look. Yeah, screw it. I'll turn
the
it.
camera on, Ethan.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. All right. What's up?
Oh, yeah, you look fine. You look the same as you did in the video.
Yes, sir.
All right. Nope. I screwed that up. That's not it. Hold on. Zoom. Yeah, there we go. Oh shit, that's not right.
Nick, just check your WhatsApp a sec.
Okay, baby. Okay, I think I figured it out. Yeah, nice. Food. Okay. Okay, can you alright, well I have a piece of paper, that's a pen. Okay, so I guess we'll just start. I know you didn't know me, I didn't really know you. Jesus Christ, stupid fucking bug. I would like to just take some time just to give you a chance to like introduce yourself because I'm sure some people know you. I just didn't because to be honest, I don't really scroll on TikTok or Instagram very much. I just post.
Sure. Okay. Hi, I'm Ethan, and I've been greatly misrepresented by the host, and I'm here to defend myself. So this will be really interesting.
Greatly misrepresented. What did I say that was misrepresentation?
Yeah, I've got at least like 5 things listed, and we're gonna go through every single one, and all of which have video evidence to cooperate it.
Jeez. Wait.
I mean, I'm sure you like you're a big like facts guy, so I think this will be a really fruitful conversation.
Okay, I am here to talk about Israel Palestine though.
Well, yeah, but you also said that you're willing to talk about other things too, right? And also, I want to address one.
I
I
said
do. Well,
Israel.
we're going to do that. But you've also made numerous other assertions as well, right?
About you?
Yes.
Okay, if we get through that quickly, I didn't say I wanted to talk about other things. I said I'd like to debate you on Israel Palestine. I can.
Yeah,
play
yeah,
the
but you also
video,
said you would do other things too, right?
When did I say that?
In the second video that you just uploaded a few hours ago.
No, I didn't. I said to you, yes, I of course can talk about other things because as an American or as a human being, I have other opinions.
Mhm.
But yes, this is my niche.
Yeah.
If you want, I can play the video right now. But I promise you, I did not say let's talk about other things. That's just straight up not true.
So then you only want to interrogate me on just my position on Israel Palestine and
I
like
don't want to
hide from other
interrogate
things.
you.
Right?
I wanted
Well,
to
invest. You can
have
say
it-
investigate.
Nope, I wouldn't say that either. I would say debate.
That's the whole point about a debate. You're investigating the truth of a proposition. That's an entire debate.
Okay, a debate generally is a claim, and someone takes the af and the neg.
Yeah, that's a proposition, and you investigate the truth value of that proposition. That's a debate. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, sure. Yes, I'm here to debate Israel Palestine. If you want to debate other things, we can on I guess a separate day maybe.
Now, but do you also want to hold to the things you said about me as well? Because I will do it. I want to make it clear. We will tonight. We are talking about Israel Palestine, but I just want to know the scope of this because you've made numerous other assertions about me that are complete. Yeah, I got you. But you've made numerous other assertions about me that are totally unfounded and just absolute fucking bullshit. So yeah, I want to address that. I will hold decorum. I will hold decorum. But like, if someone says BS, I'm gonna call that out.
Okay.
Hi, Eva. Nice to meet you.
Greetings.
My wife.
Sorry, wife.
Hello.
Okay. Sure. Jesus Christ. Sure. We can just get. Is it quick?
For the Israel Palestine?
No, to get to the Israel Palestine stuff.
Oh no! I'm saying we can talk about Israel Palestine first, but I just want to have your word that you are going to let me, I guess, discuss with you all the like blatant like disinformation you've said about me, or at least like the contradictory, goofy things.
Can you just tell me what specifically?
Yeah, you said I'm a leftist. Why would you call? You have implied I'm a leftist. Why would you imply I'm a leftist? You're giving cover to people like fucking Hassan.
We're not going to start with
Calm
the
down,
personals.
yeah, just calm down.
No, wait, okay, well, you hate
so a
Hassan
couple
though, right?
things. One sec. Honestly, I don't really know much about Hassan, but no, I don't.
What?
Like what I've.
He's like one of the most anti-Semitic people on the left in the world.
I believe you. I believe you. Just relax, okay? It's all good.
Okay.
You don't have to be performative. There's no performative.
I'm
I don't do that
passionate,
on my channel.
brother.
No. I'm passionate too, but I don't go performative. But anyways, real quick. So yes, I don't like Hassan. I don't think I ever called you Hassan. I don't even.
No, you
remember
called me a
calling
leftist. You called me a leftist. That's what I said.
One second. I don't even remember calling you a leftist. I'm pretty sure. Oh, and by the way, I don't even know. I said that.
Do you want me to play the video?
Problem with leftist debate. You weren't even the one debating in that clip, right? That wasn't you.
Well, first off, you also made the statement about my buddy Liam, who is an Ayn Rand objectivist, if you know anything about that. But that's the farthest thing from a leftist, too.
Okay, so you're saying I was wrong about your friend Liam, you said?
Yeah, the guy who was going against you and Maddie. And frankly...
I was in that video?
What?
I was in that video?
He went against you and her with the panel with Dean, and he's the guy who debated Maddie on a one-on-one.
Gotcha. Okay, so he's not a leftist. Got it. I'll take note of that.
So I don't know, like, why would you, like, at what point did, like, you get the implication that he wanted to seize the means of production?
I don't think I ever said that.
You said that in virtue of calling him a leftist.
Okay, I got it. I was wrong about that. I understand.
No, but why did you say that is what I'm asking.
Okay, because I was told that he was, and
By
okay,
who?
I understand what you're saying. Okay, relax, calm down. I heard you. He's not a leftist. I will take note of that. I don't remember who he is, and I'm not going to remember in 5 minutes, but I understand. He's not a leftist. What is your next point that you wanted to get past?
Okay. But, okay, so that was goofy. Second, yeah, you're saying, like, the fake laughter thing. Could you motivate, when you say the fake laughter thing that me and him, I guess, do, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, I explained it in the video, like fake and forced. Like people don't laugh like I can't even do it if I tried. What you did in the video, I showed it. What I'm confused here. What are we talking about right now?
By virtue of the fact that I genuinely am laughing at you and Maddie because I think both of your positions.
I wasn't in that video.
No. I'm laughing.
I believe you were laughing. I didn't say you weren't laughing. I know
Yes.
why you were laughing. I said that it's forced.
If you're laughing, like, then it is not forced because I have
No,
a
you can do a
reason
forced
to
laugh.
laugh.
That's not true.
That's not force if I am genuinely laughing at you. You're implying that it is not genuine, and I think your positions are absurd that deserve to be
Okay.
laughed at. It is not forced and is not fake.
Okay.
That's not forced or
I
fake at all.
understand.
Like, by definition of it being genuine, that's like the
So
negation.
when you have you're saying when you have a natural laugh, you actually go, you actually do that?
Yeah, I do.
You
Do you,
say-
wait, and in the other video you
Okay,
just
fair
released,
enough.
you
This
said
is
you
a
don't know me
stupid
as well.
conversation. Can you guys just
Dumb
debate the
conversation.
fucking
Yeah, I'm trying to get past
the
it. Let's just get
substance
through
and
it.
move
Okay.
on? So your feelings were a little hurt. We're sorry.
I just like when
Next.
people say
Like, I don't
BS.
get it. You're acting like
Okay.
a leftist, that's for sure.
I'm acting like someone who wants to hold other people accountable for just saying a bunch of
got it.
BS.
I mean,
Okay, and we can move to the next thing.
so
We can
why-
move to
why
the
did
next
you
thing.
say-
We'll move
okay,
past
fine.
the
If we
personal stuff.
if we wanted to do that, then why did you say that Maddie asked me to make a video for her?
Oh yeah, if I got that wrong, then I got that wrong, and I'll own up to that.
You see how you just did the same thing I did? I got it wrong. I got
Wait,
it
wait,
wrong.
wait. I'm sorry. Can we
Notice how I'm
not
gonna move on,
equivocate? Can we not equivocate on the severity of calling me and my buddy, or at least implying that me and my buddy are leftists, versus me mistaking that because you and Maddie obviously are fucking friends. Like, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
obviously
we're
are
friends.
friends.
That is true.
Right? Yeah, obviously, right? And so
Right.
now, if I was wrong on that, then you know what? Fair. It's what I thought.
Cool. Awesome. Fair enough. I
But
also
to
thought
think that
too.
that's on the same level as calling or implying that me and my buddy are leftists when we hate leftists, that is absurd.
Okay, I got it. I understand.
Okay, so then don't say something like that. I don't know why you said that to begin with. The second statement. Yeah. So, relating to genocide. Wait, can I say that word or should I say G-side?
Yeah, you can say genocide, I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just want to be
Wait,
respectful.
are we getting into the debate then?
Are
we done?
We'll do the second one. Not yet. We can do the second one and do the IP stuff. I actually was thinking we are gonna do the IP stuff first, but
Second what?
the second point of contention.
I thought we were already on the third.
Well, the first one was like a mix of me and Liam's
You said
character.
leftist, forced laughter.
Yeah, it's like the first one was just like a point of me and Liam's character.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So we're still on the first one?
No, we're on the second one now, which is like the genocide stuff. So yeah, I watched a video where you debated
Isn't
Myron.
that what we're debating? Isn't that what we're debating?
You understand that there's other genocides other than like people claiming Israel Palestine, right? Like the concept of genocide is a very broad thing, not intrinsic to fucking Palestine. Why did you say that?
Well, so
I get
the
yeah,
reason
you're
I
still
said
wrong. That's
that
fine.
is because the first video I played was you calling it a genocide in Gaza.
Whoa, that's a tracking error.
You didn't say there was a genocide in Gaza, that somebody voted for someone that wants a genocide in Gaza?
Wait. You just made two separate claims. Which one do you want to lock in? You made two separate claims there, my dude.
So I'm saying the same thing.
No, you didn't.
What did I...
The first claim you made... Okay, so this... I want to make this clear, okay? Like, I'm like a D-tier debate bro on TikTok, okay? I am. And when me and Liam and these other guys, we say, hey, like, lock in and listen to the things that we say, it's because you are not, like... I guess like adept into these spaces, okay? Because you and Maddie and others have been going against people who have no idea how to debate, okay?
I got it.
The two
You
claims.
can answer the question?
Yeah, the two claims. One, you asserted that I said it is a genocide. The second one is saying you voted for someone who wants to genocide Gaza.
So you don't think it's a genocide in Gaza?
I'm leaning more towards no. But at none of my videos have I ever said that, yeah, Israel is committing genocide against Gaza. At no point has that happened.
So when did Trump say he wanted to genocide the Gazans?
I mean, if you want, we can go through the list of evidence.
Oh,
but I will go through it. But if you at least agree that it's cool for me after this, because I will run through this. I'm happy to go through this. But I can also confront you on the other things that you said, or at least a few of the other things.
Is it quick?
The other things? I mean, like, I'm happy to do the Israel-Palestine thing first if you want to knock that out of the way.
The reason is because you're not going to have time at the end, because around 10:30 generally, I'll go a little over. I switch over to YouTube to go to You Mingle and talk about stuff on X, and it's already 9:46. So I don't want to get so close to that point, and then you say, he didn't let me talk about the things I'm mad about, and I don't want you to do that.
That's valid.
I'm trying to get it out of the way first.
Okay.
I find it a little childish, but I'm gonna be willing to do that just if we can get to a nice, calm conversation, debate, investigation, whatever you want to call it, on Israel-Palestine
Sure.
and your claim about genocide and where you stand.
Yeah. So genocide. You said something that I actually think is really
You don't want to
important.
go through the. You don't want to go through that stuff first.
The genocide thing. The
No,
genocide thing.
the other
Israel-Palestine.
things.
Oh yeah, we'll do
No.
Israel-Palestine real quick if that's what you're referring. Because look, okay, there's Israel-Palestine, and then
Okay,
there
real quick.
is
I just wanna
genocide
make sure you-
broadly.
Just real quick, I just want to make sure
Mhm.
because I said is maybe we should get through the things that you're upset about. Excuse me.
Sure. Yeah.
Get through that first because you're not going to have time at the end, and I don't want you to later be like,
Yeah.
he promised I would get to talk about the things I was upset about.
Understood. Okay. So the thing I'm saying.
So if you want to finish that.
Yeah, genocide broadly, so not relating to Israel, just the concept of genocide. Okay, you said something that I think is actually really smart. I think you're actually a very smart guy. You said in the debate against Myron, the reason I care about genocide now is that there is a very serious accusation. It's a very serious thing to do, and when you water it down, apply it to a broader sense. Well, now I don't care anymore because it needs to have meaning.
Right.
You agree with that, right?
Yes.
Okay, I totally agree with you, and that's why I'm very agnostic. I think there's strong arguments on both sides, right? But, however, Maddie, your friend, okay, in the video that
Maddie. I'm not here to talk about Maddie.
well, no, it's something that she said. I'm wondering
She's
your.
not
I want to
here.
know your
No.
statement on this.
I'm not here to
She
talk
called
about it. That's not
abortion a
what we're here to talk about.
genocide. Isn't that doing
Okay,
the exact thing that you advocated against?
I'm not here to talk about Maddie. If she wants to defend her claims,
No,
more than
it's
welcome to
it's
talk about
your
her.
position on
She's
her.
not here. It doesn't matter. We're not here to talk about abortion. You asked me for two things, right? The main thing that you were supposed to come here for, the Israel-Palestine debate, that's the debate. But you said, hey, Nick, can I talk about the things that you said about me that are wrong and it upset me, it hurt my feelings, whatever. And I said, okay, if it's quick, we can go through that. Maddie's position, and if I
Mhm.
agree or disagree with Maddie, has nothing to do with your first claim about I said things about you that were wrong. Has nothing to do with it. So if you can get through that quick, once we're done with that, then I'd like to get. I'm very close to being like I don't feel like we're ever going to get to the debate. So if you have more things that you said that I said that were wrong about you, like calling you or your friend a leftist, I took note of that. I got it. Again, I'm not going to remember who he is. So, but if I do remember in the future, I'll do my best to not call him a leftist if I ever even see him again.
All I'm saying is for the leftist thing, like, don't just throw that
No,
term out.
I got it. I got it. We don't have to go backwards in the conversation. I got it. Don't
Beautiful.
throw the term out. Got it.
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
what's the next thing that I said about you that was a lie?
Well, I didn't say it was just about me. It was a bunch of contentions that I had with you, like points of disinformation. So it's not only exclusive to me and my friend.
I'm sure you and I have a lot of disagreements that you think.
Well, no, it's not disagree. It's
so
you are
we
being
can get-
factually wrong
I got
about
you,
things that involve me and my
That's a
friend.
separate conversation. Okay, if it's about you that I said that was wrong about you, or I guess your friend, then go ahead and say it real quick. But if there's nothing else, can we get to the debate we're here to talk about? I'm sure we disagree on a lot of things, and we could talk about a bunch of things that I think you're wrong about. Well, actually, I don't know a lot of your positions, but hypothetically speaking. But are we done with the whole I said something wrong about you or your friend that was in the video?
You said something stupid about my friend's statement, which relates to him. So, like, for example,
Was
like
it
saying
wrong? Was it incorrect?
Yeah, it was
Wrong?
blatantly wrong. It was blatantly wrong. You
Okay.
said that the fire
Alright, let's
hydrant
get
thing
through
he
it.
brought up was stupid.
Oh no.
Got
Can
it.
we get to
Alright.
the meat and potatoes?
All right, I think it was stupid. You don't got it.
Well, no, there's
okay.
objective criteria to why it's not stupid. There's objective criteria.
Okay, you know what? It was actually the smartest thing I've ever heard in my life. Can we get to the debate now?
Oh man, that's a dodge. But I mean, if you want to concede that,
Yes,
I'll take
I
it.
would love to. I would love to dodge things that don't matter, so we can get to things that I do think do matter. You know, like the thing that we agreed upon.
Okay, so what time do you have to
For
go again?
those- for
Is
those
it
that are
at
wondering,
is that at
the
10?
media- but,
What time do you have to go again? Just to make sure.
Generally, I go to 10:30, but
10:30.
I'm willing to extend if the conversation is fruitful and we're going to that.
If it ever starts.
If it ever starts.
Bro,
For
I
those
said
that
we
are-
could do the IP
second.
stuff first. I
One
said I
second.
literally said we could do the IP stuff first.
Right, and I explained why I wanted to get that out of the way, and you said, and I
D-
quote,
What
"That's fair."
if
One
you make
second,
it
one second,
clear?
Ethan, just
Go
let me
ahead.
finish.
Go for it.
So I said why I wanted to get to that first, and you said, and I quote, if you don't believe me, go on YouTube and rewind. You said that's fair, so you agreed with me on why I think it was smarter to get through that first.
Now,
Got it.
when I
Got through
say
it, so let's.
look, I'm interrupting because like there's a
It's
point of
not about interrupting,
contention.
I just don't think this matters.
Well, no, it totally, it absolutely matters because when I'm saying that's fair, I'm saying that's from a fair point of view. Do you think I'm gonna go after this live? Am I gonna be like, Nick ran away from me because he didn't let me like get to talk about myself? No, no, you're coming at me from a fair point of view, and I respect that. Okay, like, do you think I have like no principles? Of course I have
got you.
principles.
I didn't say that.
You're
I'm
implying it
sure
by
you
saying I'm
do.
gonna run and
I
like talk shit about you
I
after the
didn't
fact we talked about
say
this.
I didn't say you would. I said because you came to me and you said, "Hey, we can start with IP first if you promise me that we can talk about this other stuff." And
Yes.
I answered with 1 second. And you said, "If you promise me that I can do this other stuff." And I said to you, "Then let's do that first because you might not have time for that." And you said that's fair.
And then you
It's not
also
about I
accused that I
think.
would like run and say
I
like
didn't say
smack
you
talk about you.
would. I didn't say you would, and I didn't even use the word smack talk. What I said is I don't want it to get to a point where you go and you say Nick didn't let me talk about this like he promised. That's why I said I'm not going to make that promise. Let's
Yeah,
just
no,
get it out
that's
of the way
basically
first.
smack talk.
I
I would be running, okay, because you are
Okay.
coming at me in good faith. You are basically saying that I would run and then say Nick wouldn't let me talk about the other thing. Like, no, why would I do that? That's smack talk. That's
Okay,
being like a
I
bad
got
person.
it. I would talk about something and it wouldn't be smack talk, but maybe that's not the case with you. That's fine. I didn't mean smack talk, but okay, I understand. But we got it out of the way. So
Sure.
can we get to the debate now, or do you
Okay,
have
let's do the IP stuff, and then we'll, if we've got time, we'll go through the other stuff, and then maybe I'll come up on a different date instead. We'll do that because I do want to be respectful. I do value decorum. I do.
So do you have more stuff that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I got more stuff, but you want to get to the IP stuff instead, and yeah, we'll do
Is
that.
any of the stuff things that you felt that I lied about you that you want to correct the case on? Not lied about some statement made, lied about your character or you or whatever. I would like to get that out of the way because I don't want to lie about your character. Did you like type it out? Did you write it down?
Oh, I got a whole notepad on this thing, dude. I got a whole notepad on this thing. No, as for the character, like, yeah, the stuff that you said about like being a leftist is the most atrocious thing because you are
got
giving
that
cover
already.
to Hassan.
I got that already. I
Okay,
won't call you a
awesome.
leftist anymore.
So, as for the arguments, which is the main contention that I have with you and Maddie, because y'all don't know how to form arguments. But
I
that's
understand.
something you
I
don't
understand. I
want
got
to
it.
talk about. So we can go to
It's
IP
just
instead.
not what we agreed to talk about. It's like going to a debate. Like Andrew Wilson and Candace Owens are debating this Friday. Imagine if one of the other went and started talking about things that wasn't about the debate. I'm sure either one would be upset at that. It's not about not wanting to talk about it. It's just not what we agreed upon. It's just how normal debate works.
Now, it also is the case because again, I am totally willing to talk about the thing, and we're obviously like right about to. I'm gonna say this, and then we'll go and go through it. But I think it also is valid when someone makes false statements relating to either a person's character or b a person's statements, right? That they want to contest those things as well.
Gotcha.
Now we can go, and then I would very much find it respectful or of good character if we can hash this out on a different day if we can't do it today for the other things.
Maybe, yeah. I guess we'll see how this goes because so far it's my patience is okay. So are you pro-Palestinian, anti-Israel, both, or do you not really care? I don't actually know your full position.
Yeah, when you say pro-Palestinian, like, can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, it means for Palestinians, Palestine. Do you consider Palestine to be a state? Do you not?
Is it a state? I mean, like, yeah, it's like.
Do you recognize it as one? It's not a state. Do you recognize it?
Do I recognize it? I don't know. I'm kind of agnostic to it.
Jesus. Okay. Are you anti-Israel?
Anti? I mean, I think there's like an absurdly high casualty rate in relation to like Gaza's civilians and combatants.
Is it the fatalities rate or the casualties specifically?
Let me look at. I believe it is fatalities.
Well, no, I'm asking you if you mean casualties is both. Go ahead.
Yeah. Fatalities is the stat I have on hand right now, but yeah.
Fatalities. Okay, what do you have as the fatalities?
50K.
Okay, it's definitely higher than that.
For the civilians specifically.
There's no source that says 50K civilians.
Isn't it like what was it?
The Gaza Ministry of Health does not distinguish between civilians and combatants and collaborators. So there's no way you could have actually pulled that source from a legitimate one. There might be someone on the internet that put it on like a blog, but nobody has said 50K civilians.
Yeah. Okay, well that's
Do you have, like, your
wrong then.
source,
It's
like,
wrong.
on
But
your
either way
notepad?
though, like the casualty, like you would agree though, the casualty rate is like really. I've seen like people say that
Casualty or
like
fatality?
I believe again it is the fatality rate.
No, I find it actually very low for the context of urban warfare in one of the most densely populated areas. Do you know
Yeah.
what the percentage of Gaza that has been killed? Even if we assumed Hamas's numbers are correct, which is what we're going with, of course.
Oh no, I'm not worried about like, or I'm not like specifically focusing on like the number, like the percentage of Gazans who are dead, because I do agree with you that like if it was like an actual like intention to kill every single one, like yeah, the death toll would be absurdly higher. Yeah, of course.
Well, no, you said to me, correct me if I'm wrong, you said you agree that it's an insanely high fatality rate. And I said no.
Yeah,
I don't
compared to
find it insanely
combatants.
high. Okay, can you expand?
So I believe I've seen it range from like for every one combatant, there's like 3 civilians. I believe they're dead. Now I might be conflating that with the
Yeah,
casualties,
there's
but like
nothing
still.
that actually says that. And also, 3-1 actually wouldn't be insanely high. That's actually for the region still lower than average for regional warfare in that area for prior modern warfare. I'm saying,
Mhm.
so it's actually still would be low if it was 3-1. But there's nothing that actually officially says that. There are people who take that assumption and release advisory opinions. Some say higher, some say lower than that even. But nothing of the Gaza Ministry of Health, which is Hamas, but that's what we have to go with because they're the
Yeah.
whether we like it or not, they're the official source.
Yep.
There's nothing that actually says that. So I don't know where you got that from. Did you write when you put this on your notepad? Do you put sources or you just kind of write the notes down real quick?
For that one, oh fuck, that's one actually I didn't put one down. But I mean, we can go
Okay, so
look
the
at it. I've seen because
source you
I believe the death toll in total is around like 70K if I remember correctly. I remember seeing that.
70 to 75K according to the Office of Coordination and Humanitarian Affairs, which actually
Yeah.
updates. But if you go to OCHA's website, it specifically has a disclaimer that says these are unverified and this is based off of the source attributed. And then when you go to the source for fatalities, under it says MOH Gaza, which is
Yeah.
Hamas, Ministry of Health Gaza.
And what's
So,
the what is the ratio combatant to civilian then?
Yeah,
Like, of
I
the
just said
seven
to
of the
you,
70,
there's
yeah.
no. Yeah, like I said to you, nobody actually would know that officially. You can ask me for like maybe my opinion, and I can try. I was in the military.
What's
for 4 years,
the
so
like estimate that like because I think there's multiple sources that give estimates, and everything I'm seeing is like ranging between 5-1 to 3-1 at best.
So the 5-1 generally comes from. I assume you're getting this. I'm gonna take an assumption because it's the only one that I saw that's somewhere near 5-1
Mhm.
was Yuval Abraham's report, but I can debunk that in like 5 seconds. Even he kind of admits to the fault in his own study.
Yeah.
To give you a quick understanding, when the death toll was around 55 to 60,000, he came up with this list that he said came from an IDF leaked source.
Mm-hmm.
He never provided that source. He never showed it. So, take that with a grain of salt, but that's what he said. And the way he came up with that number was he took 8,900 named fighters and he ignored all terrorist organizations like PFLP, DFLP, PIJ, Army of Islam, PRC, et cetera, Mujahideen brigades. He only took those from Hamas and PIJ. And then he only took the ones that had names attached to them. If they didn't have names, which would be the majority of fighters, I'm sure you can agree to that because most people are going to die via airstrike. It's not like you're going to be able to get their wallet and see who they are, right? So he took those and he counted everyone else automatically as a civilian. And he came to an 83% civilian death toll by doing that. So based off of that insane standard and based off of general warfare we see within Israel, I'm going to assume it's probably closer to 1.2 to 1 to 2 to 1. Somewhere in that range. That's like obviously with a grain of salt. I'm doing it with my best opinion, and where I'm getting that from is historical standards of like the Cast-Led War, for example. When at the end of the Cast-Led War, Israel did an investigation after about a couple months. They said that they killed about 600 to 700. They said 709 Hamas fighters. Hamas came out and they said they only lost 45 to 50. That's a big difference. And of course, everyone at the time was saying, oh, Israel must be lying. 2 years after the war ended, and this is in Haaretz, which is very anti-Israel, even though they are Israeli, ironically. Haaretz came out and they said that Hamas admitted to losing 600 to 700 fighters, thereby actually confirming what Israel said. But they waited till 2 years after the war had ended to actually admit that to be true. And if you take that standard, it was closer to 1 to 1 to 2 to 1.
Okay, so now for my stance. Is that like
Snapple?
Sure. No, not that. But relating to my stance.
No.
From my perspective, I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, I'm an expert on Israel Palestine. That's why I don't talk about it. However, it is the case that there's like a bunch of evidence that points to Trump having positive attitudes or encouragement of the destruction of Palestinians. And that's a claim that's objectively true. Now, that's probably more interesting conversation, and then we can go into that if you want to do that.
1 second, I'm trying to write down just to make sure I got it. You said it is Trump's what?
Yeah, Trump has positive attitudes towards the killing of Palestinians, yeah.
Does he have Dolus Specialis to destroy a protected people known as Palestinians or Gazans or whatever?
As in the intent? No, I just said he wants to do it.
Okay, and you think that counts as genocide or
when did I say that? I just said he wants to do it.
Right,
Doesn't mean
desire to genocide?
Yeah, so like just because you might want to do something doesn't necessitate you're gonna do it, right?
Okay. Okay, I mean, I find that to be almost impossible to argue because if we're going with just desire but not anything more, the best we can do is maybe some quotes, but we're never gonna know what's in his mind. And also,
No,
just so
I
you
reject
know,
that entirely, bro. That's what January 6th defenders say. Hell no. Sorry, I gotta
I'm not a
reject that one.
January 6th defender. I think.
Wait, and then you still voted for Trump?
Yeah, so I'm not. Just to give you some concept about me, I'm not a MAGA person by any means. I am a
If you-
conservative, but I don't deify Trump at all. I actually criticize him constantly, but I just don't like Kamala Harris. I didn't like Biden. But if you think like I'm some kind of like, oh, I think Trump's like the greatest thing ever, the greatest president, that is not me.
Bro,
100% not.
you voted for a guy who tried to coup our government. Like that's enough. I mean, I don't know if you're prepared to talk about that, but like the fact you did that,
It's not
that's
about being
crazy.
prepared. I'm not here to well, we're not here to talk about that. That's
We're
already been
not.
agreed upon. But what I'm saying is I'm not here to say I didn't vote for him, and I'm not here to say that you disagree or agree with voting for that over somebody else.
Mm.
What I'm saying is if you think I'm somebody who, because there's a lot of Trump fanatics that annoy me probably as much as, well, maybe not as much as you. You do seem like you get annoyed a little easier than me, but they do annoy me because they are somebody who thinks Trump can do no wrong. I'm simply just letting you know I am not one of those people.
Cool. Okay.
Okay, so it is Trump's positive. Trump has positive attitudes to genocide the Palestinian people. Is that your claim?
Yep.
Okay. This isn't really about Israel Palestine. I mean, it's.
Well, wait, because you called me to debate based on me saying exactly that. Okay.
I got you. It's okay.
So if you like had some wax in your ears or something, like
it's okay.
that's exactly what you were challenging me
We're
for.
doing good. It's okay. I'm not saying we can't talk about that. I was going to ask if you didn't cut me off. Can we also talk about maybe some of your other stances on Israel Palestine?
I'm not gonna like LARP as like an IP like expert. Like, dude, like you've literally got like didn't you literally just say that you have like a master's in it or something?
I do not have a master's. No.
What would you say you got? You have some degree in like Middle Eastern.
Just Middle Eastern history, which by the way, most of that is never going to be talking about Israel Palestine. That's obviously a very very recent.
Sure, but what I'm saying is you have much more interest in it, or like much more investment in it, which is fine, right? But like, what's there to talk about? It's literally just gonna be you like lecturing. What's there to talk about?
Well, it doesn't have to be lecturing. We can also debate values, right? If there's something that you're anti-Israel about based off of values, whether it's
no, I agree mostly with Israel. Like Hamas objectively is bad. Like
that doesn't mean you agree with Israel just because there's a lot of pro-Palestinians and even anti-Israelis that hate Hamas. Even that's not a agreeing with Israel position.
Yeah, so like like a lot of people like anti-Zion, like okay. Like a lot of people will complain about like Israel in the sense of like it's an ethno state, you know, there's like it's an apartheid state, and like that shit's just not true. It's not true, right? Like I know it's like what 20% Arab, I believe, 75% Jewish, I believe, something around those lines.
Yeah, that's about right on the spot. Yeah,
and to my knowledge, like those people get along just fine.
Israel, then.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm pro Israel's like existence as a state, right? You know, so because it's like they're there now, right? And if people have contentions with it existing, like, what is there to do? Like, what do you want to do to these people? Like, do you want to have like all the Arabs that come in? Because like then all the Jews are gonna die, and that's a fact.
Well, again, that just means you're not like an extremist. That doesn't mean you're for Israel. Being pro-Israel would be a separate position. I don't get me wrong. I agree. You're obviously not some like extremist. You're not pro Hamas.
Yeah.
You're not somebody who wants to just like wipe out all the Jews. Which, by the way, I never thought that anyways.
Sure.
But if you're pro-Israel or you just somebody who's like, it exists or whatever, there's a difference. Do you think Israel is a net positive for the region, America, the world?
Yeah, I do think they're a net. I I would say yes, but when it comes to like the casualty stuff, I know what you said before, but it's something that I do just need to, because seeing 2-1 that you said before, I've never seen anything say that. Now I'm not going to say I am
There's nothing
educated
official
on
that
it, but
says
still.
anyways. I can expand more. I just didn't want to rant. I can tell
Sure.
you also why. I was trying to give you like the basics, but to also go on more, Hamas has been caught between their like April 2024 list or June 2024 death toll list. They made people who were 18 in April, all of a sudden they were 17 in June. They made 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds, and so on and so on.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about like 1 or 2. It was like 65% of the list shifted down one age, adding a shit ton of children, because under 18, right, to the list. On top of that, Zahid Walidi, he's the kind of the guy that's like in charge of the Gaza Ministry of Health of counting the death toll. He admitted that they had to remove like, I believe it was 1800 to 2,000 names because there were people that weren't even actually dead. There were people that were lying because they wanted more government assistance. There were people that they found out weren't even in Gaza. And so like, when you look at this, honestly, 2-1 might even be kind of nice. It actually might be even more. But to answer like you saying, "Oh, I haven't seen anything that says that," yeah, you're not going to, because there's nothing official that comes out. Hamas has refused to release
No, I reject this idea of like we can't get like fair estimates. That's something I do reject, right? So for example, you're saying there's nothing that's like official, right? We don't have, but like no, I reject that entirely.
Estimates is different.
Right? Yeah. And the idea that estimates are not like a valid, like I guess, inference, right? I reject that entirely. I don't even know why you do that.
I never said that.
Then why? It sounds like the estimates of like the let's say the 3-1. I mean, you're disregarding that like entirely.
Well, no, I can't disregard it because I don't know where it comes from. The 5-1, I know where that comes from. If you could give me a source, I'd be more than glad to go over it with you. But I never disregarded that ever. That's the lie. And second, I never said estimates don't count.
No.
Of course, we can talk about
Sorry, go ahead.
Of course, estimates can count. That's totally fair. We can go over the estimates just like Yuval Abraham had an estimate, and I went over it. And if you don't believe me, you can go read his own report. But I promise you, I was telling the truth. And yeah, we can go over estimates. What I said very specifically is you're not going to find anything official that says that. Speaking specifically from, let's say, the Gaza Ministry of Health, maybe the United Nations, if they were actually in there and they did an official investigation. That's what I said. I never said you can't take estimates from journalists or investigators or even social media people.
Sure. Now, a lot of the people, I've been looking a little bit at the comments. A lot of people here think that I'm a crazy leftist, and now that you've gotten to hear my position on this, I'm wondering if maybe you want to tell them that you jump to conclusions, maybe.
I don't really read the comments.
Well, I'm reading them, and they're all shit talking me, saying that I'm a radical leftist. That I'm like super like anti.
Turn every single person in the comments. If Nick acknowledged it, it should be good enough.
Yeah,
for you.
he doesn't sound like he is a big Hamas supporter.
Comment sections suck. What are you gonna do?
Sure.
How long have you been on social media for?
About a
kind
year.
of comments we get in here.
Okay,
and it's our lives.
That's fair then, because the first year I also cared a lot about stuff. But
no, I don't care. No. It's not. I'm not affected by what they're saying. Genuinely, I could give a fuck less. The problem I have is the audience that you're cultivating, because you are a political influencer. You have influence on how the United States is shaped. And now I'm a political influencer too. So I think that means we have a responsibility to be careful with the words that we say, right? So then, if your audience thinks I'm a radical leftist, you're not cultivating a positive audience, are you?
Yeah, I can't actually control them, just like with Moderate Case when they sent him death threats when you implied he was a pedophile supporter.
Whoa, wait, do you contend that?
Yes, and then when you made a video saying, hey, he let me know that you guys are sending him death threats, you shouldn't do that. In that same comment section, people continue to say, he's a fascist, so he doesn't deserve life, stuff like that. I would never hold that against you, even if you
Right, but I actively corrected course, right?
Well, I already said it too. You don't sound like a radical person at all. I'll say it again. He doesn't sound like a radical leftist.
Now, the difference between the Moderate Case is and also you is that you supporting Trump necessitates you are defending PDFs. Like that's trivially true. Do you want to debate that?
I'm here to debate what I said. I said let's debate Israel Palestine, and you said yeah, sure, I'll come up on your panel.
Cool.
That being said, To answer your question, I believe that pedophiles actually exist on the elite side on both sides. I'm not a Republican. I am not a big Trump supporter. Yes, I do carry my vote because I think voting does matter. And I wish and I hope one day the Democrats will start putting up somebody that's not dog shit. In my eyes, I'm not saying you think they're dog shit, so please don't.
I mean, there's
attribute that to
objective
you.
criteria for dog shit.
Okay, got it. I'm being a little facetious. I don't think they're actually literally dog shit. But anyways, back to what I was trying to say, right? If Democrats were to do that, I'd have no problem voting for them. I'm not this like vote red no matter who kind of person. Or
I mean,
vote
like,
blue
do
no
you
matter
want
who,
Trump
you know?
impeached?
Do I want Trump impeached?
Yeah.
No.
Even though he's defending pedophiles.
Okay. I obviously we have a different agreement, but that's just not what.
Wait, is he not defending pedophiles? Like, do you take the stance he is defending
This
them?
isn't the topic.
I think what you're
Can we
trying
get
to
back on
do,
track?
right? Just like every debate ever in history, I don't know if you ever took debate class. I did, right? This would not be how a debate works, right? I understand you want to change the topic. If you don't want to talk about this topic,
What else is there to talk about? We largely agree, but I've already said that, like, yeah, when it comes,
Then why did you want to come up to this?
one, to talk to you about the Israel-Palestine, my stance on it.
Great, let's talk about it. Perfect.
What else is there to talk about?
Okay.
What else is there to talk about? You were confused. You took a statement that I made, and then you jumped to conclusions. This is why me and Liam and all these other people, like, this is why you were getting rhetoricked, okay?
I got it. You're great. We suck. You guys are awesome.
I'm saying you need to lock in because you have influence.
I understand. I got it. You're better than me. You're awesome. That's awesome.
Are you actually gonna take responsibility, or are you just gonna do this like deprecating like joke?
I already said that you're not a leftist. I don't know what more you want me to say, dude.
You just said what else is there to talk about, so that we can end this, right? This conversation's over.
For the IP stuff, yeah, but I mean, like, I'm also positing that, like, if you defend Trump, then, like, yeah, you're defending PDFs, but...
I understand. This is a change of topic. So what makes you think Trump wants to genocide the Palestinian people?
Oh, that's not about PDFs. But yeah, I mean, we can go into his statements.
Right,
well, no, that he has... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Dude.
People who try to change the topic in the middle of a debate I find it a little weird.
Well, actually, this is a separate. So now we actually have 3 topics. There's my stance on IP, which we've already hashed out. There's Trump defending PDFs, which you don't want to talk about, and then there is Trump wants to genocide Gaza, which you seem to not want to talk about earlier.
Was that agreed upon to discuss tonight?
Listen, it's not that I.
No. What was agreed to discuss was my stance on IP. Because Nick blundered.
One second.
I'm so confused.
1 second. I just please. Yes, I wanted to talk about IP, but as you said, and I quote, when you said I had wax in my ears, you said that you, to me, you brought this up based off of the video of what I said about Trump wanting to genocide the Gazan people.
True.
So that was at least somewhat agreed upon. A little more specific, but at least it's still kind of relevant to Israel-Palestine.
No, it's not the proposition at all. Like, I can take this proposition, but like, it's a total pivot.
I wrote it down. You said, Trump has positive attitudes to genocide the Palestinians.
Yeah, but that's not my stance on IP. Those are 2 separate propositions. That's what I'm saying.
I understand, but because, to be fair to you, right, I did put that in my video, right? Mm-hmm. So...
Yeah, you misrepresented my position completely.
I understand. I didn't really give a position. I said...
What? That's not true. Wait, what?
Jesus Christ.
That's not true.
So, can you just answer the question?
Wait, no. I do just want to make it clear that, like, this is a proposition change. This is a proposition change.
So
which, if you accept that, then yeah, we can go forward. But, like, you can see that basic fact.
You're the one that told me specifically... You said, "Do you have wax in your ear?" Because remember, when you brought this up, when you brought this proposition up, I said, "Well, this isn't really about Israel-Palestine, but I guess we can talk about it." You said, "Whoa! You put it in your video. Did you have wax in your ears?" Do you agree? You said all that.
Oh yeah, I did. But the thing is, the original. What was the original proposition you want to talk to me about?
Yeah, I like to talk about Israel-Palestine as a whole.
Yes.
This is still about Palestine, so is this not about Palestine? You said Gaza genocide, right? You didn't just say genocide. Maybe I misheard.
I said that he wants to genocide Gaza, but getting my stance on what do you want to talk about?
So I'll ask the question for a third. So I'll ask the question for a third time. Why do you think Trump wants to genocide the Palestinian people?
Oh yeah, well, Gaza specifically is what I said. I said Gaza.
Sorry, yes.
I said Gaza.
Well, there are Palestinian people, just so you know.
Yeah, no,
all Palestinian people. I just said Palestinian people.
Yeah. Okay. So in order to prove my claim, okay, which this is a
We have to define our terms.
yeah. I mean, the proposition is that Trump wants to do this. Now, when we say want, the word want means you have positive attitudes towards a thing, even if you are not actually actively pursuing it. For example, if you have a really, really fat person who like wants to get healthy, maybe they're tempted by some cake. They still want to eat the cake, but they're not necessarily going to do it.
Yeah, I got that. I'm with you on that.
Excellent.
How do you define genocide?
Genocide.
just get our terms out of
Yeah,
the way?
the intent to where is it? Explicit intent to
What's in-
destroy in whole or in part a protected group of such.
Okay. Yeah, I would change explicit to special intent to meet the dole specialis of the 1998 memo, but for the rest of that, I agree. So we're on the same page with the term genocide. Okay,
Cool.
so can you tell me why Trump has a positive attitude, desire, want, whatever you want to say,
Cool.
to genocide the Palestinian people, specifically in Gaza?
Yeah. Okay, so premise one. Trump rhetorically is willing to cause insane levels of death, absurd levels of death on civilizations. So I'm sure you're familiar with the yeah. So I'm saying he has a total disregard for human life. So
in
for
Gaza specifically, right?
in general, but obviously it being in general can relate it to Gaza.
Well, this we're just talking about Gaza.
Well, yeah, but we're also talking about Trump's character.
Okay, but once again, the claim is Trump wants to genocide the Gaza.
Yeah, and we have to talk about Trump's
Okay.
character, right? So like, what are his attitudes towards like the mass killings of people, right? And obviously, like genocide involves like mass killings. So
Well, not necessarily, but sure. Okay, keep going. Insane levels of death. Next.
okay. So if you want, I can give examples, or you can just
Let's
just take
get
that for
the
granted.
main things first, and then we'll get into each one.
Oh yeah, okay. Premise number 2. He has made numerous threats to Gaza that imply he has attitudes, positive attitudes, towards killing them in large. Premise 3. He's made statements to/about Israel, implying that he wants them to do mass killings of Gazans.
To about Israel. To what'd you say? Mass kill Gazans?
Yeah.
To mass kill Gazans. Okay.
Alrighty.
That's the 3 premises, or is there more?
Premise
I know you have
4.
sub things, but okay. Keep going.
Yeah, premise 4. Trump has caused insane levels of death. And again, this is speaking again to his character. We're speaking about his character.
Trump has caused deaths in Gaza.
And like it's, the thing I have isn't for Gaza specifically. I mean, that's probably
Okay, I'm gonna
trivially
scratch
true,
that
but
one out.
well, no, it speaks to his character. It's absolutely relevant.
Well, okay, so causing an insane amount of deaths doesn't necessarily mean he wants to genocide a specific people.
No,
right?
but it means
might
he's
want-
okay with the idea of it, right? Like just like simplicity.
Right. The claim isn't that he's okay with the idea. The claim is that he wants to/desires to do it. Right.
Yes, and if you want to do something, it's a prerequisite that you're at the very least okay with it. No.
Right. No. I don't think you have to repeat that. That's obvious.
Okay,
right?
so I don't know why you're
obviously
contesting
not okay
that.
with it. I'm just saying, just to save time, there's no reason to say that because that's already implied by wanting to genocide. If you
Well,
want
no,
to
it's one
genocide,
thing
it's
to
already-
want to do. It's another thing to actually do mass killings, which
I
he
agree,
has
but what
done.
I agree, but what I'm saying is that wanting to do something, it's already implied that he's okay with it.
Yeah. So further, it's
Right.
just it's further strengthening that.
Yes, but I'm not contesting that, so that's why.
Oh,
I said I'll
excellent.
cross
Okay,
it out,
and
not
then
because
premise.
I don't think it's
Gotcha. Premise 5. Trump states that Palestinians will be forcibly removed. And we can go down into what is it? The meat and potatoes? Something like
will
that?
be forcibly. Yes, that's right. Meat and potatoes.
Something
Shout
like
out to
that.
yesterday. Forcibly removed.
Oh, and there's also the removal of humanitarian restrictions implemented by
What was
Biden.
yesterday?
There's that too. Forgot
I'll
about
tell
that.
you after, babe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and then there's the Trump
okay.
AI Gaza video, but I mean that kind of feeds into a different one. But yeah, sure.
Okay,
That's
let's start
enough.
with number 1. So number 1 was there's been insane levels of death in Gaza, but also I guess just in general. So are you saying the
What?
insane levels of death
Wait,
because
what?
of Trump?
What?
Did I
Premise
write it down
1.
wrong? I just put insane levels. Yeah, premise 1. You said there's an insane
Willing.
levels of death.
His rhetoric is showing that he's okay with causing insane levels of death.
Okay, sorry. Let me add that. So his rhetoric
Yup.
his rhetoric shows he is okay with.
Massive amounts of death. Yup.
Wasn't that premise 4?
No, because premise 4 is actually doing it. So if you want to, you could say that premise 4 feeds into premise 3. It's just how I've wrote it down in my notes. But like ultimately, the still thing.
1, right?
Or yeah. Sorry, I have it listed in different order. I have a few things on top, but yeah, they like feed into each other. So I did misspeak there. Apologies.
Okay. So what rhetoric has he shown that says he's okay with it? Well, first off, how do you define insane levels of death?
A whole civilization will die tonight, never be brought back again. Like
in Gaza specifically.
Well, that's talking about Iran specifically. I'm saying his character is open to
Gaza?
It's about mass killings of people.
Okay, but not specifically in Gaza, right?
This one, no, but he is open to the idea of mass killings, which is a point of his character.
In Gaza?
In Gaza, yes, but not this point specifically.
Okay, can you explain the Gaza one then?
I mean, we'll get to that in the other ones, but I'm just all I'm explaining is that he is open to the idea of mass killings.
Well, I can. Again, it's a complete separate topic, but I could get into the death of a civilization doesn't mean the death of an entire people.
When you talk about destroying all of Iran, I don't know what else you're talking about, bro.
Yeah.
He was literally talking about the entire country of Iran. What are you talking about, bro? I'm sorry. I don't know why you contested that.
Okay, anyways, back to the normal, not performative attitude. So
no,
yeah, so
it's funny. It's funny.
Okay. So, anyways, so he said that he wanted to destroy all of Iran?
Yeah.
Or he said an entire civilization will die out?
Yeah, I'll read the whole thing.
Okay.
A whole civilization will die tonight, never be brought back again. I don't want it to happen, but it probably will. However, now we have the complete total regime change where, well, and he just kind of rambles on a bunch more, but...
Yeah, keep reading it.
Okay. I mean, it's just a bunch of ramble. I mean, I'll do it if you want, but, like, it's not contributive. However, now that we have a complete total regime change where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionary and wonderful can happen. Who knows? We will find out tonight one of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran.
Okay. Perfect. So my question to you is, how can something revolutionary and great happen? And why did he reference 47 years if he actually meant he wanted to kill an entire people?
Oh, it's totally irrelevant in virtue of the fact that the first fucking thing he said. It's totally irrelevant.
Yeah, can you just explain?
No, it's irrelevant. There's nothing to explain. It's irrelevant.
So he said something and then contradicted
Kelly,
himself?
check your text.
Say again.
Is that what you're saying?
Say again,
You're
Nick?
saying, yeah. So you're saying that he said something that you're implying means to kill an entire people, specifically, and I quote you, all of Iran, and then he immediately, in the exact same tweet, whatever the fuck True Social posts are called, in the exact same post said that something great can happen, implying a future tense, right? And you were saying that's irrelevant. What I'm saying is that we have a difference of opinion on what the first statement meant. My backing of that first statement is based off of the context of the exact same post, because if you were to kill an entire people, then the second part of the post would make no sense whatsoever. How can something beautiful and great happen if everyone's dead?
He's saying he doesn't want it to happen, but he's open to it. Now,
what do you mean by the 47 years?
By the 40, what is the relevance to the 47 years? Can you give me a relevance to the
Revolution? Yeah. So the 47 years. First off, I just want to point out, and I'm going to quote you. You just said he doesn't want it to happen, which contradicts your very first statement of he wants it to happen.
Wrong. I said he's open to the idea of it.
You said he doesn't want it to happen. I can replay the clip for you if you want.
Yeah, no. He said, okay, wait. If I hold someone hostage, okay, and I say, hey, you're going to do exactly what I say, or I'm going to beat the crap out of you. I don't want to beat the crap out of you, but like you're going to do what I say anyway. You're still open to the idea of beating the crap out of them, right?
Right.
Okay, so yes, thank you. That's my point. Thank you. I don't know why you contested that.
I'll explain why. So your original statement is, again, it is Trump has positive attitudes to genocide the Gazan people.
Yep.
Let me rephrase, because I keep putting Palestinian and put Gazan people, right? You didn't say that he's open to the idea. You said he has positive attitudes. You also use the words want.
In order to have positive attitudes, you have to be open to the idea of mass killings, no?
Yeah, I got you. Anyways.
Okay, so I don't know why you're contesting this. This is a dumb point to contest.
I'll explain. So for Trump to have desire to actually do this, right? Your first point, which you immediately shifted away from Gaza, and you're talking about Iran.
That's not a shift. Oh my god, what is the thing I'm proving? This is irrelevant.
Okay, so what I'm gonna keep going. Okay, so when you shifted to Iran, right? Because I could make the argument that maybe he just desires to genocide Iranians. That doesn't mean he wants to genocide Gazans, right?
Wait, what's the thing they have in common?
I need you to stop interrupting me, okay?
No, but you're saying irrelevant things. That's the problem. I don't even think you understand you're saying irrelevant
Tell
things.
me what they have in common.
Genocide. He's open to the idea of genocide simpliciter.
Does that mean he wants to genocide Gazans?
He is okay. Wait, if you are open to it, right? That means you have positive attitudes towards it. You have positive attitudes towards
genocide the Gazans, right?
Genocide simplicity. Okay, wait. If we talk about genociding Gazans, you have to be open to the idea of genocide, like simpliciter, right? Do you know what simpliciter means?
I listen. I get what you're saying. You are correct that you first have to be open to the idea to even desire for any people. I'm not arguing that. You're not understanding what I'm arguing. What I'm saying.
Wait. Then there's nothing to argue.
Can I finish?
Go for it.
So what I'm saying is just because someone is open to the idea of genocide doesn't mean they want to genocide this specific people. Do you understand? Like, does he want to genocide the Ecuadorians?
The Ecuadorian? He's open to the idea of genocide entirely. So, like, maybe he could be open to. He could be open to it potentially if some circumstances.
Not could be. Would you make the claim Trump? Let me rephrase it. Trump has positive attitudes to genocide the Ecuadorian people. Would you make that claim?
No.
Right. Why not?
Because outside of like there's no further evidence to point that he has some problem with Ecuador itself.
Okay, how about Mexico? Does he want to genocide the Mexican people?
Probably not.
Okay, why would you say? Let's just pretend I asked you the same question, but said Mexican people instead of Ecuadorian people. Can you answer that?
Mexican people instead of Ecuadorian people.
Correct. So
he hasn't said anything to indicate genociding Mexico specifically.
Right, genocide Mexico specifically. Exactly.
Right.
So that's my point. Is he has problems with Mexico, but you wouldn't make the claim that he wants to genocide Mexican people.
Right.
So having the open idea or open mind to be okay with genocide doesn't automatically prove you want to genocide specific people.
Correct. That's why there's other premises. Correct.
Right. We'll get to those other premises. I got that. So when I said specifically that we're talking about Iran, right, that doesn't prove that he wants to genocide the Gazan people.
Yeah.
Answer. 1 second, please. Your answer to that was, well, I'm proving that he's open to genocide, but proving being open to genocide doesn't prove that you want to genocide the Gazan people, just like it wouldn't prove that he wants to genocide the Mexican people.
You understand that in order to be open to genociding Gazans, you have to be open to genocide as, like, an idea?
No, I got that.
Okay, then the premise stands. Thank you. Let's move to the next one. I don't know why you contested that. This is why we say that, like, y'all say stuff that's irrelevant. Oh my god.
I got you. I understand. Okay.
Okay.
So,
next, you ready to go to the next thing that supports it?
Well, no, I'm still not done with the 47.
Bro. Just calm down. Let's do a boost for about or something.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I guess.
Okay. So with the 47 years, to answer that question, because I never answered that, the 47 years, the reason it's relevant is because it refers that he is referring to the IRGC. You understand when the Islamic Revolution happened? Yes.
Sure.
Right. So what my argument would be based off of him saying that 47 years is he was referring to the IRGC and their control over Iran, not all Iranian people.
You want me to go to the next one on Iran? I don't know why you're defending this, because you're about like this is your president, bro. Military is ready, willing, and able for a 1-year period of time, subject to extension, to completely decimate and destroy all areas of Iran. Praise be to Allah, President Donald J. Trump. Like...
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Like, why are you fighting me on? Like, just grant the premise. I don't know why you're fighting me on this, dude. It's a waste of time.
Okay, so I don't grant the premise, but we can move on to the second.
What do you mean you don't grant the premise, bro? What do you mean?
Okay, so number 2.
Wait, why'd you say you don't grant the premise? Why did you say that?
Yeah, I tried to explain that, right? Because your entire point.
Okay, wait.
Go ahead.
Without the
premise? No. Okay, the problem is y'all have such an influence. Okay, I think you're supposed to be like one of Turning Point's top debaters, and this is the performance that I'm getting.
So
it's infuriating to me.
So that's just a lie. I've never once debated with Turning Point. I have
No,
no.
are you not on their pick up the
affiliation.
mic? Are you not on their list of speakers?
1000% not. If I am, wow, that's fucking news to me. Am I on the pick up the mic thing? Wow, that's
I
crazy.
swear. Have you never
That's
spoken
true.
with Turning Point? If I'm wrong on that, then I'm wrong on that.
You
I'll take
are
the L.
wrong. Once again, that is incorrect.
Okay, I'll take the
no,
L on that one. I'll take the L
I've
on that one.
never even the most I've done with Turning Point has gone to 2 of their events in all of history.
Okay. Yeah, I think I saw you at Amfest. Or not
That was one of
Amfest.
them, and I was
oh no,
at SAS. I
was
wasn't
it SAS?
Amfest.
SAS.
I was at both. That was the only 2 I've ever been to in all of history.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything with them for that. I didn't like speak at it. So I don't know where you got that from. Can't even imagine.
Yeah.
So no.
I was thinking of Maddie, but you're not Maddie, so you're Nick.
Oh yeah, nope. Definitely don't even look the same. We're both Italian though. Anyways, okay. So the next premise: numerous threats to Gaza.
All right. Gaza and threats.
Well, let me ask this just a preliminary question real quick.
Mhm.
Does the numerous threats is the threat a threat of genocide or at least slightly implied genocide, or do you just
Yeah.
mean threats like so threats of genocide / implied genocide? Is that a fair statement?
Threats of genocide imply what?
Threats of genocide / implied genocide to Gaza.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got the premise. So numerous threats of genocide / implied genocide to Gaza. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. To the people of Gaza, a beautiful future awaits, but not if you hold hostages. If you do, you are dead.
Okay.
So yeah, how do
what's
you feel
wrong
about that?
So yeah, let's go down that. So he's talking about people as holding hostages. Would you agree that that would be a belligerent actor?
He says to
Someone
the
who holds
people
hostages?
of Gaza, the people of Gaza,
Right,
like
keep reading.
Gazan people. Yeah. If you hold hostages, you are dead.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct. So if somebody holds a hostage, are they a belligerent actor?
The person who's holding the hostage, yes, but that's not representative of all people.
He didn't say all people. He
He said the
to
people of Gaza.
Correct. Keep reading.
Yeah, and if you hold hostages, right? However, when you say the people of Gaza, you are addressing Gaza as like an entire, you could say, domain.
Yes, correct. But who does he say you are dead to? Not the people of Gaza. Who does he say? What is the condition for you to be dead?
If people in Gaza hold hostages, yes.
Correct. Right. So my next question is: somebody who holds hostage, are they an enemy belligerent?
Yeah, the person who's holding hostages, yes, but he addresses the people of Gaza first.
Right. He is addressing all people. That's correct. Say to the people of Gaza.
Yes.
If you hold hostages, what's the word? If mean? If it's a he's giving a condition. If you hold hostages, you are dead. Who's you? Who's he saying when you?
Well, that's a good fucking question.
Yep. Can you answer it?
Well, there's two interpretations you could take. You can take the more charitable one. We can take the more charitable one if you want to knock this one off.
There's only one interpretation.
No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Are we for real right now?
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? To the live chat, if you say Ethan is a radical leftist, you will be blocked. Ethan,
I'm sorry. Wait. Is there like threat of like people in chat like being bombed?
Yes, correct. So can you just answer the question? Because I said the same. I didn't.
Given the context of this, obviously you're talking about the individual. Obviously, yeah.
Right. So I said the exact same thing word for word, but instead of to the Gazan people, I said to the live chat, and instead of holding hostages, I said if you call Ethan blank. I said the exact same sentence. So why did you say I'm only talking about the individual and not to the whole chat?
Because there's a different context.
Great. What's the different context?
You're not at war with your chat right now, bro.
So you're saying if you're at war, then English language changes?
Depending on the yes, context changes things. What are you talking about? What kind of a statement was that?
Tell me. Sure, no problem. So tell me how the context changes to where he's not going to bomb the person holding the hostage, but he's going to bomb all Palestinians.
Yeah. So when we talk about people being held hostage, right, and this war, there's a strong chance of people being victims of casualties, civilian casualties, right? So if people are going to hold others hostage, it is the case that, yeah, civilians are more than likely going to get fucking blown up because of belligerent actors, right? So you can really take it both ways.
Sure. Well, yeah, but that's a different story because, again, when we talk about genocide, right, that's the intent. So you are correct that civilian casualties, and you even call them victims, the reason we call them victims is because that's not the actual intent. However, they can be collateral damage, aka victims. So I agree with that statement, but we're talking about the intent to do that. So I agree with the statement that if they were to bomb somebody or kill somebody, sorry, I shouldn't have said bomb because he doesn't technically say that, he says you'll die. Kill somebody that is holding a hostages, is it possible that other people that are not the actual target could die. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Just depends.
So now
right?
the context does change, right?
Right, but that doesn't change the context of intent. You said he was talking to all Palestinian people with the reference of "you will die." I'm saying he's not talking to all Palestinian people with the reference "you will die."
Mhm.
I'm saying because of the English language, it's to the people that if you hold a hostage, you will die.
Okay, yeah, we can go to the next one then.
Okay, what's the next threat of G side / implied G side to Gaza?
All right. Relating to hostage releases, if they're not here, all hell is going to break out. Relating to the ceasefire, cancel it. All bets are off if all the hostages are not released.
How is that genocide?
Yeah, when you say all bets are off, all hell is going to break out, that implies a disregard for any really sense of guidance. Yeah, law-wise. No.
War to me, especially in densely populated areas, war, not genocide, is hell. 100%. I was in the military for 12 years. I could know a lot of people. I mean, listen, it's hell. And so I would say all hell would break loose, but I'm failing to understand why that means genocide. Why doesn't that just mean a continuation of a densely populated war?
I mean, when you say canceled, all bets are off, I hear, oh, canceled, all bets are off, and
Yeah, all bets are off when in
yeah.
terms of the negotiations that are happening. All bets are off. That makes sense. But why is that genocide?
Why is that genocide? Because you're having a total disregard for the Palestinian people and just like gonna blow them up? No.
When did he say I want to blow up all Palestinian people?
I mean, you can take that implication when you say that all bets are off, and
Can
that
take that.
that combined with his like very obvious condoning of the previous statements of being open to genocide against like Iran. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So wait, your statement right now is you can take it that way, correct?
Yeah, I think
Is
it's
that what you said?
I think that's a reasonable inference. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I disagree. What's the next threat?
Okay.
Numerous threat, whatever.
Okay. We can go to statements to and about Israel. Oh, it's not very good. I can do it different.
Okay, so third premise. Let me just read it to make sure we're on the same page. Statements 2 /
Oh yeah,
about
sorry. I'm not
Israel.
sure if it's the third. My numbering might be a little different than yours.
Okay,
but...
well, the third premise I wrote down. I'm just going to read it to make sure we're all on the same page and to
Yeah.
remind the audience.
Yeah.
Statements 2 / about Israel to mass kill Gazans. What do you mean by mass kill first, just to make sure we are on the same page?
You could say killing Gazans. And I mean, let's just do the genocide thing. Yeah, for the sake of them being Gazans. Or like,
so
or at least at the very least,
the-
like in this. Let me think like the. I want to make sure I get my terms down to make sure that I guess like log in.
Sure, take your time.
Yeah, but killing Gazans, by virtue, I'm gonna say yeah, by virtue of them, like honestly, like
Thank you, Lammy.
yeah, indiscriminately killing Gazans. I think that'd be a
Okay,
fair
so
enough,
the
sure.
statement now is statements 2 / about Israel to indiscriminately kill Gazans. Is that your new statement?
Yeah.
Within the intent of genocide, or just in general?
Yeah, it would definitely be the intent because you have to wipe out all the Gazans now.
So how would you define indiscriminately killing, excuse me, indiscriminately killing Gazans?
Yeah, so this would entail like seizing wait, I'm sorry, restate the question again?
Well, the way I would define indiscriminate killing, thank you, maybe. The way I would define indiscriminate killing would be in the literal sense without discrimination, meaning let's talk about airstrikes, for example. You're doing airstrikes in areas, you don't actually give a shit if there's a target or not. Sorry, let me rephrase that. You don't give a shit if there's an enemy combatant as a target or not. You're just bombing to bomb, and you're not even targeting anything. You're just doing it. That's how I would define indiscriminate.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, so that's not a good definition. But I would say either way, it's something that's going to take the necessity of killing Gazans in large by their nationality. I think it's gonna be
they're
necessitated.
killing Gazans in large based off of them being Gazans?
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna say yes on this, but
okay.
Either
What
way,
statement did Trump make to / about Israel to get them the green light to indiscriminately? Are we removing indiscriminately or not?
Yeah, I would take off indiscriminately because indiscriminately would entail a lot more, like
Gotcha.
yeah.
So statements 2. So Trump has made statements 2 / about Israel to kill Gazans because they're Gazans.
Yeah, it's going to necessitate the explicit killing of Gazans.
Because they're Gazans, or just like in general? Why don't we just go back to the original statement? Statements to / about Israel to kill Gazans.
Yeah.
And the reference of genocide, not just kill like one or two, but yeah, obviously. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
What
there it
statements
was.
he
Sorry, I was trying to find my thing and I had my thing collapse. I was like, where's the definition? Make sure I don't blunder the definition. Yeah, sorry about that.
made? Okay, so what statements did Trump make to / about Israel in the reference of genociding Gazans to kill Gazans, or give them the green light to kill Gazans or whatever?
Yes. Okay. So, where is that? Statements 2 about Israel. Okay. Shortly after 30,000 people were pronounced dead, Trump says you've got to finish the problem, and then failed to posit a statement on a ceasefire on Iran's or Israel's military actions.
What is the problem?
Yeah. So when asking if there should be a ceasefire that occurs, and then he denies that, or at the very least is wishy-washy of it, and then says you've got to finish the problem after 30,000 people are pronounced dead. Yeah, that shows a very clear sign or go ahead for the killing
Do you know
of
the month and year of this?
I believe it was in 2024. The month, I'm not sure. Let me look it up.
So just so you know, about 4 months into the war, October, November, December, January, February, yeah, 4 months into the war, Hamas themselves admitted to losing 6,000 of their own fighters. Right? This isn't just PIJ, PFLP, but this isn't any
March
territory.
5th.
This is just March 5th. Okay.
Yeah,
So
March.
1 month before that, maybe less than a month, because I think it was like the middle of February. But in February, March 5th, 2024, correct?
Yeah. Correct. Yes.
Okay, so 1 month before this, Hamas themselves, without counting any other terrorist organizations, without even counting collaborators, just Hamas belligerents, Hamas admitted to losing 6,000 of their own fighters. Now, that was half of what Israel had claimed to kill, which was 12,000 at the time, and there was even some investigations that confirmed the 12,000. But again, let's go best case scenario for the Palestinians. Let's assume Hamas is telling the truth. 6,000 fighters, right? And that was at a time when it was like 20 to 25,000 total deaths. Now, however many other terrorist organizations and collaborators, like civilians that were holding hostages, etc., I think it's safe to assume we can bump the number up maybe to 10,000. So that was about a 1.5 to 1 death ratio, assuming Hamas is telling the truth. I don't believe Hamas, but I'm just going with the most conservative estimate possible.
Yeah.
Just so we can not argue it. I don't know. Not that you're a fan of Hamas. I'm just saying in general. So when we look at 1 month after that, so we're now at 30,000, you said, or close to 30,000 deaths. You're saying that Trump said to finish the problem. My question to you, because 30,000 doesn't mean 30,000 civilians, right? In fact, it could have been a 2 to 1 ratio. In fact, it was very likely that based off of Hamas's own numbers. So what is the problem? When he says finish the problem, my argument would be that he's talking about the war itself against Hamas and other enemy belligerents that collaborate and supply and help Hamas.
Yeah, like wouldn't you advocate for a ceasefire between both parties?
No, actually, I didn't want at that time a ceasefire, and I never advocated one with Hamas because that's what Hamas has done in the past. Is they do well. Don't get me wrong. October 7th was the biggest attack they've ever done on Israel, but still, they'll do a major attack relative for the time, and then they ask for a ceasefire, and in the past, that's been granted a lot of the times. Now, add in the context that they had 251 hostages, some as young as the age of 9 months old, right? Which they ended up strangling to death. But again, I know you don't defend Hamas, so I'm not going to go into that. But in that case, no, I actually would agree to not have a ceasefire with them. But I also do not advocate to genocide all Gazans, so I don't see how those two are connected.
All right, we'll go to a different one. There's one earlier where we said that we disagree, but I do want to say that on that premise, that if you can't contest that premise I said earlier, then it still stands. But we can go to a different one. What was it?
I'm sure the audience will obviously decide.
Your audience will decide. I bet they will.
No, not my audience. The audience. I assume you have one too, or just.
Oh, so I thought you were talking in relation to the live, which is fine. But yeah, relating to Israel destroying civilian populated buildings, he stated, "Terrorists are hiding in those buildings." Trump reiterated his support for the war effort. That one could be better. I'll go to a different one.
Yeah, they do hide in civilian buildings.
They're cowards.
They're cowards. Yeah, so we agree with that. So what's the next one?
Yep. Oh, yes. Okay, this one is actually like very disgusting. Something I actually really appreciate from Israel is that they do show footage of the war effort, right? And Trump has even said you shouldn't do that. And now it begs the question, why would Trump want to say something like that? Something that I actually do appreciate about Israel is their attempts to uh like one, provide aid, and then two, like have some level of transparency. So he says, relating to Israel, go and do what you have to do. But then I believe he's talking to a reporter, but you don't do that. I think that's one of the reasons there has been a lot of kickback. If people didn't see that, every single night I've watched every single one of those, and I think Israel wants to show that it's tough, but sometimes you shouldn't be doing that. Why would you say that?
Doing what? Showing like where they bomb and locations and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like why would
I-
Trump want Israel to conceal that?
agree. Yeah, I actually tend to agree slightly. I guess it depends on specifically the context what he's talking about, but I'll tell you what I do agree with.
Mm.
Israel does things like that and things like roof. Do you know what roof knocking is? Have you ever heard of it?
Roof knocking? No, I've heard about it.
So, yeah, roof knocking, which was invented by Israel. It's one of, like you said, you and I agree. The amount that you actually go through is actually, we both agree it's very good with Israel, but I disagree with it, and I'll tell you why. So roof knocking is something where Israel, on top of flyers, text messages, phone calls, and announcements, you need to get out of this area.
Yeah.
They will then they have these bombs that are called roof knockers. They're not actual explosions. What they do is they send them and they hit the roof, and it causes the building to just shake and it makes a loud boom. So
Yeah.
it gives people that
It's
last
a warning.
like,
Yeah.
get the fuck out because the next one is a boom, right? And so I tend to agree based on the context of how you said it. I have to look into the exact statement and the context, but based off of that, I tend to agree because what ends up happening is Hamas also then gets that warning. And so let's say they're holding hostages.
Wait, what? No. This is in relation to like photo evidence of things that are happening. What I'm saying is I appreciate Israel.
I'm including that as well. So when it comes to photo evidence, Hamas and the IRGC has actually been shown to use this to actually increase the accuracy of some of their missiles. A lot of people think, oh, Hamas doesn't even have missiles. They do. Well, now they do. They're pretty weakened now, but at the time.
Do you think Trump is thinking about that?
Well,
Trump is not thinking about. Trump is a very stupid individual. I guarantee he's not thinking about anything about that.
Well, I think it's impossible for any of us to say I know for a fact what he's
I
thinking.
know. No, I know for it is a fact. Trump is that stupid. It is a fact.
You're saying that Trump was saying conceal the genocide?
Yeah, Trump is saying to not show pictures of like all the collateral damage of like whatever like Israel. I'm not sure I know that the images are like brutal, awful images. Whatever Israel is showing, I'm not sure which specific ones, but the idea that like
okay, I misunderstood you then. I thought
yeah.
you were saying the locations of the bombing. You're
No,
saying
no. Yeah,
like,
images.
dead bodies.
Yes, yeah. Like, why would Trump want that to be hidden? When, because you and I both agree that like civilian casualties are a tragedy, and I appreciate Israel for showing like what happened, so we get an idea of like the things that people are going through. But why would Trump want to hide that?
Yeah, so what I would say, and I'm not necessarily saying I do or do not agree, but I think it's fair. Can we agree that Israel does have more than by far the average country, especially foreign country, a lot of propaganda against her? Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, easily, of course.
Right. And so what I would say is that people will use that and they don't think like how you just correctly said, like, yeah, listen, that's part of war. 99% of people will not think like you and I, and they'll use it to actually not just demonize Israel, but it actually has real world action. You saw Spain, for example, stop their weapons buying from Israel. Now, funny enough, they realized they needed Israel, so like less than months later, they end up rebuying it again. But still, for a while there, it actually had real effect. This isn't just propaganda where people, little chuds on X are like, fuck Israel. It actually has real world effect. So I'm going to be inclined to believe he's saying, hey, this shit's being used against you. Maybe you shouldn't be showing it. Does that mean I agree with him? No, but does that mean I think he wants to genocide the Gazans or give Israel the green light to genocide the Gazans? No.
He has positive attitudes towards the concealment of the casualties of war.
Well, again, I don't think that entails that he's giving the green light to Israel to genocide the Gazans.
No, no, it's not about giving the green light. It's about having positive feelings towards it. That's our threshold of criteria, or our
Oh no,
threshold
true.
of
I'm just reading
criteria.
your
Whatever.
your most recent premise. I know I wrote it down as 3. You said we might have it labeled differently, but that's what we agreed upon. I even like crossed off a bunch of stuff because we were going back and forth.
Right.
Statements to / about Israel to
Yes.
green light the killing / genocide of Gazans is what I wrote.
Yeah. And if I need to re-clarify that, I mean, like ultimately it all feeds into the ultimate premise, which
No, I got
we
that.
already we already got that out.
Do you want to re-clarify your third premise or whatever number it is?
We'll re-clarify it again if we need to, but I mean, ultimately the point that I'm stating though is that Trump wants to conceal the photos of the casualties of war, and there
Can I
is
get the date of this just so I can look at the actual statement? Was this like a true social post or was it like on the
no,
news?
it was a news interview.
So
Give me 1 second. It was on April 4th of 2024.
April 4th. Okay, so it's what is the kind of start of the statement? I'm sure if I Google enough words, it'll come out.
The one I have right now is a CNN article. Trump says Israel needs to finish what they started.
Trump says, no, the concealed one.
Oh, the conceal one? Oh, yeah. This relates to it. Yeah, or no, that's the same article.
Oh, the same article? Okay, so the article name is what?
I got an ad. Trump says Israel needs to finish what they started.
Says Israel needs to finish what we started. And you said CNN, April 4th. Okay, I got it right here. Okay, let's see.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I clicked on the wrong link. I'm so sorry.
You're okay.
Yep. Trump says Israel's bombings of Gaza are just, but warns they're losing a lot of the world.
Just, but warns they're losing a lot of the war?
A lot of the world.
Oh, a lot of the world.
Yeah.
And this is also CNN or?
This says ny1.com.
ny1.com. ny1. Is it Trump urges Israel to finish up its Gaza offensive and warns?
Offensive on Gaza. That's not what mine says.
I don't know if you can see.
Trump urges. No, not the. About global support fading.
This right here says warns about global support fading. Right.
It's the same. What date is that release? Because mine has a different. Mine is
this
March.
This is NY1, and it says March 25th, 2024.
That's so weird. Mine says something different, but I think it is. What's the first few words of the article? Mine says in an interview.
Says former President Donald Trump said he would have responded.
It's a different article. Like it's literally the exact same site, but it might. How do I flip my camera? There it is.
Wait, hold on. Is it Trump backs?
Right here. It's weird. Yeah, you had the exact same date, but
let me type it exactly. I might have missed a word. Trump says Israel's bombings of Gaza, I put that, are just, comma, but warns they're losing a lot of the world. That's weird. I typed that exactly the same. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's weird as fuck, bro.
This is an active link? This isn't like an archive or something?
No, it's not an archive.
That is crazy. What the fuck? ny1.com, right?
Yes, sir.
I've never seen that happen before. The only ny1 is this first one, which is what I clicked. Okay, well, it probably has the same information, so I'll just go ahead and read it. So
no, it says different. Like the first few words you had are different from mine. But
here's the quote. Tell me if the quote is at least the same, because that's really what I want.
Yeah.
The quote says, "You have to finish up your war. You have to finish it up. You've got to get it done." He said in an interview with Israeli newspaper Israel Hayom. We've got to get to peace. You can't have this going on. And I will say, Israel has to be very careful because you are losing a lot of the world. You are losing a lot of support.
No, not the same quote.
Okay, the next one says, that's a terrible portrait. It's a very bad picture for the world. I think Israel wanted to show that it's tough, but sometimes you shouldn't be showing or doing that. Excuse me. Is that one?
I have that somewhere, but not on the one I'm looking at specifically now. But that is a different thing that I do have.
Okay. I mean that seems to.
Yeah, I feel like they're close enough. They're close enough.
Well, if we're getting very technical, which I hate how technical we're getting, but let's just go with it. He says
Sure.
sometimes you shouldn't be doing that, not all the time.
No, I'm rejecting this. No, I reject
Okay,
this.
I'm literally reading the quote. I can put it up on the screen if you don't believe me. It's right here. No, it's very small, but so it says right here. That's a terrible portrait. It's a very bad picture for the world, Trump said. I think Israel wanted to show that.
Mhm.
It's tough, but sometimes you shouldn't be doing that. Unless this article is lying about his quote, but I doubt it.
There's a different one he says where Israel made a very big mistake in releasing photos relating to the videos of Gaza and its offensive.
Yeah, I see that. It's ironic that he only quotes, or he or she, I don't know who wrote the article, he or she only quotes that Israel made a very big mistake, and then they just kind of add in non-quotes, and then they add in the quote again, and it just says in ruin.
I mean, I'll read the specific quote from Trump if you want.
Yeah, so if you keep reading, right, it says Trump said Israel made a very big mistake, end quote, in releasing photos and videos of its offensive in Gaza, commenting the country's public image is in ruin, and the quote is in ruin. And so that's not the same thing as showing dead bodies, which is what we were talking about earlier.
Wait, when we're talking about the photos,
sure.
What do you think those photos are in relation to?
Yeah, I'll read it again. So the photos are in relation to on the country's public image being in ruin. That's the quote.
Wait. I'm sorry, wait. Can you...
destruction of the buildings, rubble, etc.
The country's image being in... Like,
I assume with that one, the country's public image, he's talking about Israel's public image.
Yeah, because he's talking about Israel's public image being destroyed. I just want to make sure I'm not getting... Because I'm not looking at the quote you're looking at right now.
You're correct. He's talking about Israel's public image. I see what I read. In releasing photos and videos of its offensive in Gaza.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean? Now, because sometimes I make mistakes.
I was actually about to get mad at Trump for that because I thought he was calling Gaza a country, and I'm like, that motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so yeah, no, you were correct. He's talking about that. I'm not sure what he means by the public image, not the public image. The offensive in Gaza.
What do you think that means?
Buildings. It probably means like the massive amount of damage, rubble, buildings, some deaths as well. Israel has shown a lot of that. Listen, I want to make it very clear. I'm all for transparency.
Yeah.
As long as it's not in threat to security. Like sometimes showing certain locations can, and this is just speaking from a military experience, we don't show certain locations until after the fact, because when you do, the enemies, which Hamas is not dumb, they can do this, they can end up using that to track your movements in the Gaza Strip. And so as long as it doesn't show that, if it does, then don't show the images unless it's legitimately released from classification. Do you have any other statements about Israel to genocide the Gazans?
All right. Yeah. Trump tells Israel to finish up and get it over with relating to the Gaza war. You've got to get it over with, and you have to get back to normalcy. And I'm not sure that I'm loving the way they're doing it, because you've got to have victory. You have to have a victory, and it's taking a long time. What do you think that entails?
That sounds like the opposite of genocide, especially when he says I don't like the way they're doing it.
Yeah, no, wait, but I think that Israel is trying to take care to avoid the deaths of people. I think it's a very reasonable interpretation to give the go ahead to
I disagree. So, and I'll tell you why, because I don't know what Trump's plan was, but I've advocated, and you can ask anyone that has watched me for years, I've advocated pretty much from the beginning of the war that Israel needs to go more aggressive, but that doesn't mean more deaths. It actually would have led to, in my opinion, less deaths of the Palestinian people. This is what I think Israel should have done. I think at the very beginning of their ground operation, they went across the Gaza Strip, and you can look in some old articles about a month into the war, they made it to the beach, they planted the Israeli flag, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people got upset because they're like, oh, they're trying to annex, whatever. Anyways, so they made it to the beach, all the way on the other side of Gaza. I said that they should have crossed the Netzarim corridor. Just so you know, that's pretty much right the half point of Gaza. The Netzarim corridor goes all the way across.
Yeah.
So I think they should have sealed that off and then told people, and I'm even okay with them giving them a month. And also, by the way, helping the Palestinian civilians, not the enemies, but the civilians, to get across. Everyone needs to go south of the Netzarim corridor. And obviously, some Hamas is going to be able to sneak across. They have tunnels. But the attempt is to make north of the Netzarim corridor an actual real war zone and not this bullshit Gaza war zone where half a fucking million of them stay in the north while they're trying to fight, because it just puts the Palestinians in danger. That would have ended the war a lot quicker. It would have been a lot more aggressive. I would have also said anyone north of this corridor will be deemed an enemy. If you are north of this, there's no water coming in, there's no aid coming in, all of it's going to be going south. So you will get south, right? And the concept is that there should be absolutely zero civilians that stay north of the Netzarim corridor. Is that more aggressive? Yes. Would it have ended the war quicker? Well, I guess we never will know for sure, but I think it would have. And on top of that, it would have actually put more stress on Hamas, because Hamas's goal, Hamas's like whole, and I'm sure you agree with this, the way they win, or not win, but do as well as they can, is specifically by using the civilians that are around them. So if you isolate that, then it takes away their biggest advantage.
Okay, but either way,
do I know that's what Trump meant? No, of course I don't.
Right? Yeah, no. The problem is like you're presupposing that Trump is an actual like intelligent person.
Okay, well, listen, I don't know what his intelligence level is at all.
Haven't you heard him like give speeches and talk to people? Like he has like a 20-word vocabulary.
Yeah, as somebody who's done public speaking, I knew a lot of intelligent people that fucking sucked at public speaking.
No, Trump is a great public speaker. He's well, at least he was, but no, he's always been an idiot, dude. Like the whole reason he has like the whole MAGA cult of personality is because of how good at public speaking he is.
I think he's pretty awful at public speaking.
The whole, all of the Republican fan base disagrees with you, or at least the vast majority. I mean,
dude, I know so many Republicans that literally laugh at how bad he is at public speaking.
Do you know the vast majority of Republicans?
Well, no, of course not. I don't think anyone does.
Well, but it is the case that the vast majority of Republicans are still behind Trump.
No. There's a difference between being behind Trump and thinking he's a good public speaker.
Yeah, but like, why did they get behind him in the first place? Right? Like, there's a reason like he became so popular in 2016 or 2015.
Yeah, I think. Okay, I don't think being good at public speaking is automatically a gold ticket to getting support. I think
it very much like, yeah, it totally is. Wait, what?
I just want to make sure I'm getting you right. You think Trump is a good public speaker?
In the sense of he can sway an audience, yeah, but that's the whole point of public speaking.
Well, I think he can be charismatic and sometimes funny for sure. I hope.
Yeah, that means you're a good public speaker. Yeah, that's all. That's the whole thing about being a public speaker.
No, being funny doesn't make you a good public speaker.
Wait. Like, comedians are like some of the most famous people in the world. Why are you contesting this?
Okay, listen to what I said. I said it very carefully. I said being funny doesn't make you a good public speaker. I didn't say being funny makes you a bad public speaker, so you're correct. Comedians who do stage comedy, for sure, are great public speakers.
Yeah.
But that's not what I said. I said being funny doesn't automatically make you a good public speaker. You can be funny and be bad at public speaking. I hope you agree with that, yes?
Yeah, of course. But when you're talking about becoming the president of the United States, that kind of entails being good at public speaking, no?
Okay, maybe this is something we disagree with.
There is nothing. Wait, no, come on, bro. There's nothing to disagree on that one. That one's trivial.
No, I think he's a bad public speaker. Trust me, we disagree for sure. You think he's good. I do not think he's a good public speaker. I think he has like a third grade level public. Okay, maybe that's a little far fetched.
Oh no, he literally does have a third grade like level vocabulary. He does. Like you're not being far fetched.
Not vocabulary. Well, yes, that too, but not vocabulary. Public speaking. I think. Public speaking is very bad. Oh, you do agree with?
Oh wait. Oh, I'm sorry. In terms of, you said he. No, sorry, I spoke too soon. I apologize on that one.
For sure. Yeah, no, if he were to go to like a public speaking, I don't know if they judge these. I know they judge debate, but maybe is there judgments? Is there like a public speaking contest? Like, if
no. But in so far as like winning the presidency, like I'm not talking about like, being a competitive public speaker against like judges. It's just about like trying to win an audience, right? Like, yeah.
Again, I think he's charismatic. And some people find that to be, along with policy, find that to be more important than his level of public speaking. I'm saying, as somebody who voted for him, voted for him later. He definitely wasn't even in my top 5 with the original primaries, but that's neither here nor there. I do not find him to be a good public speaker. So if you think, oh, he's a good public speaker because people voted for him, well, I can at least speak for myself. That's not true.
Okay, well, you're not the vast majority of Republicans, so.
No, that's fair. Do you have like a poll that says people voted for him because of his public speaking skills?
Yeah, the fact
I don't
that
know, maybe-
everyone saw him, it was like, oh my god, he's so funny, haha, Trump epic, and then voted for him.
Oh, I think he's funny. I said he isn't a good public speaker, but is he funny? Oh yeah, he's funny. That's a funny guy. Sometimes he's unironically or ironically
Do you
funny. It's
think?
not even-
Wait, how do you define a
He's
good? How do you
fun.
define a
He's
good public
fun
speaker?
to watch, speak, and to listen to. He's fun.
Yeah.
He's not necessarily good though. Like as a public, I don't know.
What was your
Really
What was your
depends.
question?
How do you define a good public speaker?
I mean, vocabulary definitely plays a role into it, and he definitely loses in that one. His vocabulary is not great, which actually is kind of what makes him funny. Like, for example, I'll give you an example on that one. When
He
Obama,
also always like goes into specific rabbit holes. Like
one second, yes. So, like, for example, with Obama, right? When he gave the public speech after the killing of Osama bin Laden, it was very professional. Obama was, other than a lot of his kind of sort of stuttering and I think he's a good public speaker. Definitely better than Trump.
Sure.
And he's charismatic. Not so funny, but sometimes he was. Now, with Bush was very funny, not a good speaker. Trump, very funny, at times, not a good speaker. When Trump came out and talked about Baghdadi being killed, he goes, he died like a dog. Do I find that hilarious? Absolutely. Would I say that's good public speaking in terms of vocabulary? No, not at all. I think
So
really professional, but was it funny? Fuck yeah, it was funny.
it is the case that, at least in the context of public speaking that we actually care about, and I'll say, and then we can get back to the thing we were talking about before.
Sure.
Also, it's like 2 a.m. over here, so we'll try to wrap this up. But
Yeah, we do. It's already 11 p.m.
yeah, do you have a time cutoff?
We have.
I just
Mingle
usually
too.
go to Umingle, and then I try to end the live around 12 to 12:30
Okay.
midnight for me. But sometimes I'm better than others. But I normally am off of TikTok at this point. I've
Okay.
already extended it.
I'll do the
Look how
last
pretty my
one.
background is. Just saying.
Can you just gather
Yeah.
your notes? I gotta take a piss.
Yeah, no worries, buddy.
Chat. Look how pretty my thing is. Well, how old are you, Ethan?
Take a guess.
28.
You are right on the dot. Well done.
I am so good at guessing. Ask my husband when he comes back how good I am
Yeah.
at guessing right on the money. And he's like, that just takes the fun out of you guessing.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's cool. So you're very young, baby.
But
Where are you from?
I'm on the East Coast. I'm South Carolinian.
W East Coast, yeah.
But
I was raised in New York, but that was a long time ago.
But as for the overall, I guess, like, debate stuff, like, I'm gonna I guess, like, talk to you about, since Nick isn't here, but, like, look, for at least Maddie specifically, in terms of, like, debate, like, format, she's got to work. I don't think she should do the public debate stuff. I really don't.
Why do you? Because I think she did great.
No, we're yeah. I
No?
was just talking
Okay.
to
Not here.
Danny?
Another time, Ethan.
I don't like
another time.
talking about. I mean, maybe a little bit it happens, but I don't like going in depth about people that aren't here
I
unless they're
gotcha.
at least a more public figure.
I was just curious what makes him say that because I didn't see it that way. But I hear it. Whatever.
No, no
Anyways,
worries.
yes, I did hear you guys because I have my headphone on. Yes, she does guess a lot, and it's really annoying because I'll be like, "Hey, guess this," and she gets it, and I'm like, "Well,
Thanks for vouching.
now
baby.
it's not fun anymore." Okay.
Well,
The last. Do you want to go with one more statement?
Yeah,
Or do you
we'll
wanna with the
go
last premise?
one more statement, and then like the one statement, and then, like, last premise. Okay.
All right.
Yep. I'll speed around this one.
Yep.
As to whether Palestinians would have the right to return to Gaza, in relation to, did you hear the thing he said about, like, turning into the next, like, Riviera, I believe it is?
He said something like the Riviera of the Middle East or something like that.
Yes,
He was
yeah.
talking about the rebuilding of Gaza and even how they can
No.
now. He did say
He said they
Yeah,
wouldn't
no,
be able
for
to
sure,
come
he
back.
was.
He said that
Yeah,
they
he-
wouldn't. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he definitely did. He said he wanted to. Well, in fact, he's actually continuing with that process, the whole board of peace and the 15-point plan, which Israel just came out recently and rejected because, and I agree with Israel because it allows Hamas to stay armed until another part, and Israel's like, we're not leaving until Hamas disarms, which I totally agree with Israel. I do not agree with Trump, but that's neither here nor there. It's about rebuilding Gaza, and he wants to. I'm trying to quote him. This was like a long time ago, but he said something like he wants to rebuild it all nice, pretty, and the big Trump words, that he says everything is the most beautiful thing ever, blah blah blah.
Yep.
Now, and then it goes into your last premise, which is Trump states Palestinians will be forcibly removed, right? When
Yep.
he says that, right, what he never said forcibly removed. he said that they will leave, and then somebody was like, "But that's their home. Won't they want to like come back?" And he's like, "Why would they want to come back?"
Well,
And then
wait, but
Netanyahu-
why? They said that they don't want to leave like to begin with, right?
No, actually, this is totally different subject, but about 40% of Gazans before October 7th, even before the October 7th attack, actually expressed interest in leaving Gaza. And
I mean,
after
there
October 7th, that actually went up.
it still doesn't matter. Like a significant portion of Gazans are still going to be there, and that's in part to the ethnic group, so or national
No,
group.
for sure, for sure. He never said all of them would be, removed by force. He never said that. But somebody
Well,
said even. Go ahead.
they no, like I think it like literally necessitates that they would have to leave, and then he says they wouldn't be able to. At least in the context of this quote, he said they won't be coming back because they're going to have much better housing in other places. But
Right.
obviously, in order
He
to
didn't
achieve
say-
that, you'd have to be displacing numerous people who are not wanting to go, and there's no way that
Right.
that like can peacefully done without being
So
like,
he
like
once
killing
again, he
multiple
didn't say
people.
forcibly removed. Ethnic cleansing is not illegal under international law. Certain actions of ethnic cleansing and how you do it can be illegal. Like if you do acts of terrorism, that's in cleansing area, that's illegal. But ethnic cleansing itself is not illegal.
No,
Under
but like
international
the
law.
method of doing it though, right, would involve
Right.
the deaths of however number of people, right?
Well, no, not deaths, right? Ethnic cleansing is different.
No, but like in order to take the people out, because like I don't know how you're gonna be able to like rebuild and do all this stuff if they're there. Like they would have to go to like
Correct. That's what he
Egypt
said.
or like
Exactly.
Jordan, right?
Exactly, that's what he said. He said it wouldn't be safe, and he even quoted the unexploded ordinance, which he is right about that.
Sure.
Which, don't get me wrong, I'm on your side a little bit, where I don't know if he's super smart, but he nailed that one. He's actually right. A lot of people don't think about that, and also just the buildings that are still standing, are they structurally sound, et cetera, et cetera. So we already agree with that because you just said it. But specifically, one, even if we assumed he meant literally ethnically cleanse all of the Palestinians by force out of Gaza, that wouldn't be genocide. That would be ethnic cleansing.
No,
In fact, it'd be
but
kind of the opposite.
would the violence that entails from doing that though, would that not necessitate the deaths of people of
No.
the people who don't want? Wait, no. Okay, wait.
I can give you an example. Like, for example, in 2005, Israel ethnically cleansed out the Jews out of Gaza. I don't know how much you know about the history, but in 2005, Israel went in and literally, while they were screaming like, "We don't want to leave," they dragged the Jews out of Gaza. This was an attempt at peace. They're like, "We're giving the Palestinians Gaza. Hopefully, it'll lead to peace." Obviously, it didn't. But at the time, and they dragged about 8,500 to 10,000 Jews against their will. They even went to the cemeteries and dug the bones up and took the bones of the Jews with them. That's like how much they left Gaza. So that was literally ethnic cleansing, but I wouldn't have said it was violent. It doesn't automatically imply violence. It could. You're right. It could.
Yeah, so I think that's going to necessitate like the deaths, because obviously they don't want to be expelled from the land, and they're going to have to fight back. No,
they don't. They don't have to. And also,
they don't want to be expelled from the land, right?
Did he say all Gazans will be forcibly removed?
Yeah, I think the Gazans have to be removed. Yeah, it necessitates that.
Well, the reason I asked is because when he was going into the conversation, he talked about unexploded ordinances and buildings that were so severely damaged. But I'm sure you understand, there's a lot of neighborhoods in Gaza that have hardly been touched. Like, there's a lot of neighborhoods that actually, I mean, when I say a lot, I don't mean like a shit ton. Obviously, a lot of Gaza's obviously been damaged or destroyed. But what I'm saying is that in terms of some neighborhoods, they wouldn't necessarily have to leave. And also in the Al-Mawasi zone, they wouldn't necessarily have to leave. They probably would want to, because if you have a chance at having a house in, let's say, I don't know, Egypt, right? You would want to go there at least temporarily. And we know it's temporary because they asked Netanyahu that same week, actually, with Trump's quote, will the Gazans, if they do leave, have a chance to go back? And Netanyahu said, yeah, absolutely, they can go
Well, yeah,
back.
but we're talking about like Trump, right?
Well, when they asked Trump that question, he simply just said, well, why would they want to come back? They'll have a much better life. Gaza is not a good life for them. Now, obviously, he may or may not be right. Maybe some Gazans would think that, like, fuck Gaza, I don't want to go back. But I'm sure there's a lot of Gazans that would say, yeah, I'd like to go back once it's rebuilt. So Trump didn't actually affirm or deny any of that. He just simply said, why would they want to?
Now,
which is obviously hyperbole.
Now, I guess I'll just go ahead and like try to come to the conclusion here. But by virtue of the fact that he is explicitly stating that he wants to have the removal of significant amounts of Gazans, okay, and that's going to necessitate the fighting, because they don't want to be removed. That's going to
Why-
imply numerous
why?
deaths. Why? Because they don't want to be
Well,
removed.
let
Wait,
me ask
it
you,
doesn't
why
matter.
did he-
It doesn't matter.
Why did he want to remove the Gazans, whether it be
To turn it into
this long or
Riviera?
that long?
No.
I'm sorry, what?
Middle Eastern Riviera? No.
No, but like, what specifically about their safety? Like, why need to move them? He explained this.
In the interview, I don't think he did, or at least in the
It may
article
not
that
have
was
been
done.
that specific interview, but he talked about it for like a whole week, and then he ended up like backing out of that anyways, and it didn't even happen. So honestly, we're really just talking about like something that he said for like a week and then never ever followed up with, and then he created the. I don't know if you've read the.
Well, the
15
thing is, though,
plan,
if he says these things, it sounds like he has positive positions towards it, which goes
right,
towards
but he
the
also
wanting.
said the opposite with the 15-point plan.
No, but it does. Like, look, you can say things that can come off as like contradictory, but the fact that you're saying things that are in the positive means you are weighing in favor of it.
Well, I can also argue that he was in the well, I still don't think that, but just hypothetically, he was, but not anymore. Because I don't know. Have you read the 15-point plan or his plan for Gaza now with the Board of Peace?
I mean, that's
and all that?
irrelevant to the point that I've already put in. Like, because that's like different from the thing that we were just talking about.
Well, your point is that Trump, in the current sense, contemporary, Trump has positive attitudes, not had, right? So I assume you're talking about in today's day, right?
Yeah, I know when I debated. When did the 15-point plan come out? I think that was
Shit, it's been like almost a year at this point.
a year. Okay, so yeah, it's still relevant then. It's still relevant.
It is still relevant, right? The 15-point plan. I agree.
Correct. Yeah.
Right, the 15-point plan doesn't say anything about removing him. In fact, says the opposite.
Well, yeah, but he's still waiting. He's still waited now. Now he could have changed his mind again on it in the sense of it wasn't the best thing to do. But if you still have positive ideas about it, then
had in the past.
Well, just as in like maybe wanted to pursue it.
Right, wanted. That's the past tense. Right.
Okay, wait.
Agree, by the way,
so like you can have. Do you remember like the diet example I gave earlier?
The what?
The diet example I gave earlier.
The fat person wanting to eat cake and not doing it.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah, that's all I'm positing. So like you can want to eat cake but then not do it, right?
Right, want would be present tense, whereas wanted.
Well, no. Like you could still not eat the cake but still want to eat it. Like regardless, it doesn't matter.
Correct. I'm saying that even if we assume that statement, which by the way, I want to make very clear, I don't even agree that statement means genocide or anything like that. But even if we assume that was something that was almost at 2 years ago at this point, year and a half, however long, right? To say that he said that, but he's been saying the opposite ever since that moment, would mean that he wanted to genocide the Gazan people, excuse me, right? So that wouldn't even.
Well, no, your
claim is that he currently wants to, right?
If you weigh in favor of these things, right? And again, also there were other I think we had like 2 other points where you said we just agree to disagree, which means you aren't contesting it. I don't remember what those are because we've talked a good bit. But there was, I believe, 2 other points where we just we agree to disagree.
It was just the first one. We've gone over all the other ones. It was just the first one, and that's
wait, the premise or statements? Well, yeah. Of course, we agreed on the first premise because the first premise is trivial.
We didn't agree.
We didn't. Wait, what?
The first premise was the rhetoric shows he's okay with insane levels of death inside of Gaza.
What? No, the first premise was relating to insane levels of death. Like his rhetoric is okay with death, like simpliciter.
Gotcha. With this newest one, with his statements about Gaza, so the last thing we said was he didn't say it in this interview. He did talk about it for a whole week. So when he was, I don't remember exactly which day it was, but within that week or two, when he was asked about why needed to remove them anyways, he said it was for their safety because you can't go in with bulldozers and rebuilding and also unexploded ordnance, which would be dangerous for. Honestly, he didn't say this, but to be honest, a lot of the kids, because some of these kids in Jordan, when Iran was attacking and they, had bombs drop in Jordan, some of these kids would go and start playing with it. And it's like, ooh, that's kind of dangerous because that might explode still if it didn't explode, elsewhere. And so he said it was for their safety. So again, with relating this premise to the overall statement of positive attitudes to genocide the Gazan people, I would say talking about their safety would mean that he doesn't have positive attitudes to genocide the Gaza people, at least with this premise.
Okay. In the interview that I saw, or not I saw, but that I read, that was not mentioned in it. But it could be the case. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. But yeah, we've been going for a bit.
Yep. Okay.
I guess I'll give a closing here. Mainly on I guess like 2 things. One, thanks for having me up. I think this was a good conversation, and
yeah, nice.
I think your stances, like for the most part, do agree with you. I do. I think that there is a problem on the left and the right, a really bad anti-Semitism. Right? It's a bad thing. Hamas is really bad, and the idea that people like Hassan defend them is absurd. Right? Like so, like the DSA,
Right.
I actively fight against them. I don't like the DSA. Okay, I'm very happy that what's her name, Francesca Hong, I think is her name. Are you familiar with her?
Yeah. I'm
That's like
almost
the
positive I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
I'm very bad with names. I'm gonna be real with you.
Sure.
I'm also kind of face blind too, but I'm better with faces than names.
Yeah, no,
What's
no
her name?
worries.
Jessica.
Or
Wong?
Francesca,
Fr-
Hong, I believe.
Oh, French.
Yeah,
Is
with like a
this,
C.
This is a DSA person.
Yeah, but she lost her
Oh, this,
primary, and I was very
this
happy.
Wisconsin person.
Yes, I can remember
Yes,
she was
yes, I do
Wisconsin or
know. Sorry,
Michigan.
yes,
But
I do
yeah,
know what you're talking about.
yeah, no, it's a problem that we have on the left. And
Yeah.
rewinding the clock a little bit, the reason why I came off as so aggressive with you implying that me and Liam are leftists is because we actively fight against these people. We hate these people, okay? And when
Right.
you imply that we are leftists, as you know, again, your chat seems to think we are, okay? Now you give cover for the leftists, and we both have a mutual hatred of these people.
Awesome. Yeah,
Uh,
no, I agree with you. Yep, you're not a leftist. Awesome. I fight against DSA too. I think we are in agreement. That's awesome.
okay.
Oh, did you used to work for, or okay, work maybe not the right word, because
Be with Unfuck.
yeah, Sunfuck. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Do you still do that, or?
No, I'm with a different
They
group now.
fight against the DSA too, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do.
But you're
We're
not with them anymore.
no, not with UFA now. But
Gotcha.
yeah. There also I will also restate too that there were a few other things that I had really big problems with. But we won't get into that. I mean, if you'd like to talk about that on a different day, I would appreciate you to come up and do that. But you know, it's your live, so I'm not gonna press you on that. And then
But Ethan, you've kind of earned the privilege of being let up again. Like
okay.
you've been fine, you've been good, all good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I do.
You guys still have a chance to talk about that. There's no fire. You know what I mean?
Cool. Last thing, the statements that Liam and Dean and Breege were making, they were right in terms of like this. Like I understand like you want to talk about like the meat and potatoes or like whatever stuff, but like
Yeah, how the whole debate should go.
I said
well,
that, by the way. I was the one who said you to.
it depends on like the context. So for example, you affirmed the proposition. I'm not gonna yap about it, but the proposition they said.
I said without. I even went back just to make sure because they made me feel crazy. I said without the absolutes. Now, if they wanted to have a problem with that, like no, you have to accept the absolutes, then they should have said something at the time. But that's not what happened, and I'll tell you exactly what happened. When I said without the absolutes, now I'm gonna be fair. It's possible that they didn't hear me, and that's like as fair as I'm gonna be. But they said okay, they said yes. Go ahead and start. Now, that being said, I also want to give you a little bit more context. I don't know if you saw from the very start, but when I was asked, hey, can you come to Dean's panel? That's all I was asked. Oh,
No, yeah. But
right.
the proposition. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
So, no. This was a couple days ago or a few days ago. Yes. Anyway,
So
let me get the whole thing out. Right? Because this is how disingenuous it was, and I'm not going to say who was disingenuous. I don't know. Could have been Dean. Could have been the other guys. I feel like it was more Dean. But I was told, hey, can you come to Dean's panel? We're debating Israel. I said, okay, sure. And normally I hate when people ask me to come to other panels because it's always during the day and I'm a busy guy. I'm a nuclear engineer. Now I'm an engineering inspector, but you know, I'm busy. But this was actually late at night. So I was like, yeah, I guess I got some time. So I go up there. It took me a minute to go up there because he had like max requests, but I'm going up there, finally get up there, and I said, hey, what are we debating? Dean just kind of said something like ethics or something like that. And then he's like, but I'm not going to be doing the debate. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, I'm going to bring up two of my good friends. They're very smart on this topic, which the little we got out of them, they didn't seem like they knew much about the topic. Now, to be fair, maybe it's because this is my bread and butter, so maybe they know more than the average American, but they didn't really seem that smart on the topic. But nonetheless, I was like, fine, I guess we're not debating Dean. And I asked them, I said, what are we debating? This was before Maddie came up because she was having some trouble. They said, we're just going to be debating ethics. And I was like, with Israel? Like, yeah. I was like, okay, sounds cool. And then when she came up, they go, hey, Nick, do you agree that Maddie said this and you agree with her statement? And I was like, this is not any proposition. I thought we were debating ethics of Israel. And they're like, no. Do you agree with this? And I'm like, okay, what did she say? They said, the first thing was wrong. They said, something about like desire to have all Palestinians suffer. I was like, I wouldn't use the word desire because it comes off a little how would you describe that? And they said, well, I'm just going to play the video. They play the video like, oh, they didn't say that. She said this is the most moral position to have the need to have them suffer. And I said I said without absolutes in the context of ending the war, I think it would be actually better for the Palestinians and even moral and the Israelis,
Now,
of course.
If I can interject real quick,
Sure.
I understand what you're saying, but you know how I said that like in like these debate spaces, there's like levels to this, and like overwhelmingly the people that you and Maddie and honestly most people on the right who y'all do go against genuinely have no idea anything about what they're talking about, right?
But I do.
Yeah, no, I think you are. Do you know like Elo in chess? Okay. Fuck, I'm trying. Okay. Do you know like ranked in like video games?
I mean, yeah, I get the concept.
Okay,
Not
yeah.
a big video game version. But
Now, there are like genuine tiers to this, and like I think I'm like a D tier guy, okay, compared to like some people who are like they breathe this shit. And as soon as you said I affirm on the proposition, like you were locked in. Like that's how these things work with like the propositions
right, but I
and
didn't
stuff.
say that. That's the problem.
I'll play it right now.
You said, and I quote, I affirm on that proposition. I never said without absolutes.
I mean, you say I affirm, and then let me see if you say. I don't think you say anything else right after. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but you say I affirm.
I went back right away. I 100% because I literally was feeling crazy because Dean's like, you never said that, and I'm like, Jesus, did I say that in my fucking head? I went back right away. I even played it on my live. I 100% said without absolutes. Now, again,
I think
give them the
then you
benefit of the doubt. To give them the biggest benefit of doubt, maybe they just didn't hear that part, or maybe they don't know what the word absolute means. I'm gonna assume they do. They should have just said, no, you have to accept that. In which case, I would have been like, look, this isn't my debate. This is what Maddie says. So if you guys want to debate her, debate her. But don't force me into any proposition that I'm not necessarily going to agree with.
But then you just say you don't agree. You just say no, I reject.
Right, so I did without absolutes because I agreed with everything.
No, you said I affirm, and then with something.
I said without absolutes. I promise you. I bet everything because I checked it right away. I said without
Sure.
absolutes. I will bet all the money. I'll bet you $10,000 right now.
But you should have just said no. Because as soon as you say I understand you're saying like with like this other conditional, like it's just you just wouldn't you just instantly say no, I do not affirm this. It's not, it doesn't meet my criteria.
Yeah, hindsight's 2020, so I thought they were smart enough to know what without absolute.
No, I know what you're saying.
One second. If I knew that they were not intelligent enough to know what without absolutes meant, you're right. I would have went back in time and said, no, can I explain why? But I didn't think at the time, in my defense, that they were not intelligent enough to understand what, hey, without absolutes. What I'm saying, again, if someone's intelligent enough to get it, what I'm saying is like, hey, I almost agree with that, but I don't want to get bogged down on absolutes because that's not what a debate's about. In fact, no debate in history has ever been about that. That's like what some people do. I'm not going to say leftists. I apologize again, but that's what some people, including even on the right, actually, they do that so that way they can get a win and not actually get to trying to, like you said earlier perfectly, investigate the truth. If you get a win by just saying, well, she said most, and I gave a second better one, so therefore I'm right. Haha, I win.
Wait, no, but
I don't really like getting into that.
That's what a proposition is, right? So like when we're talking,
like an hour.
Yeah, I do need to get. I'll give it. Yeah, I do need to get to you, Mingle.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Going back in time, I would have just said no, but I thought they were intelligent to know what the basic word without absolute, or basic words, excuse me, without absolute meant. They were not intelligent enough to know that. I apologize. I overestimated them. Next time, I'll say no.
Do you mind if I play it? I've got it up right now, and I can play it.
I don't know if you're gonna play the right part.
It's right when you say I affirm. Now you could say something after, but
right, or no, it could have been before too. Listen, I'm gonna get over to you, Mingle. I promise you, I said without absolutes. I know because we watched it right after. If you want, I can clip it and send you the clip. I don't know if it matters at this point. At this point, it's like beating a dead horse. But if you really want, I will clip it and I will send it to you where I say without absolutes during the first time he asked me, very first time.
I mean, I got it up right now. I can hit the play button.
So what I'm guessing is you have another part where I'm sure.
I have no idea. I don't know how many times you say I affirm.
Exactly.
Genuinely, I don't know how many times you say the words I affirm.
Exactly.
But yeah.
It really defeats the
exactly.
purpose.
It defeats the purpose because it's removing the context of me saying without absolutes.
Okay, I'm not gonna push anymore. But I guess
Awesome.
now we know. All right. Well, have a good night. Thanks for letting me up.
Have a good night. Bye bye.
Now we know. All right. Well,
Okay.
have a good night. Thanks for
Have a
letting me
good night. Bye bye.
Alright, guys, I'm starting up a live if you guys wanna.
Holy shit. Okay, so this is him saying that he affirms. No, maybe he does say. Maybe he does say like I affirm, right? Maybe he does. Oh, wait.
I will play the song today.
Close that up. Let's get this back. Holy shit, it's hot. Where's it at? Yeah, he's like coming to his own fucking numbers and shit. I'm like, dude, what? You cracked the code? Like, okay. But the thing is though, I can't push on that because I'm like, how these numbers are created? I don't fucking know. Oh, yeah, nah, he fucked up. Oh, he fucked up. I didn't know if like some other shit happened. Like he says I affirm and then he didn't say shit, bro. He said I affirm. I was dude, oh fuck. What did he say? Maybe yeah, no, oh that's such a bad. Why would he accept that? He straight up says it. Oh shit, wait, oh let me turn on the thing. Yeah, no, he cooked himself. He straight up cooked himself.
We got that you guys were wrong.
So do you
So,
affirm or
yes,
deny
in
the
some
sentence?
cases-
It is the most moral position to take that the Palestinians need to suffer more.
And she said generally, right? Not all, because I would never say that against all people.
Well, she
Yeah, I
didn't
think
use the
generally
word all or
Palestinians.
generally, but I would
Okay,
assume
yes, I
it's
affirm.
general. Okay. She
Yeah, I think
didn't use the
generally
word all or
Palestinians.
generally, but I would
Okay,
assume
yes, I
it's
affirm.
general. Okay. Go ahead, you two. Robert and Breach, take it away.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, let's be really charitable. Why do you think that it is the most moral that they need to suffer?
Are you talking to me? Oh, sure. So, like,
Yeah, no, he blundered that. Yeah, he affirmed it. That's it. He said I affirm, clear as fucking day, like fucking 4K, bro. Oh, dude. Now, I was rhetoricing really hard in the beginning, and that was a lot of fun. It felt really good to do that. However, though, one, I did say, yeah, I'll come up and talk about the IP stuff, which I did. And then two, he does not seem. Actually, I think he'd be up to talking about the other stuff because, like, from a place of like my genuine fucking heart, okay, she shouldn't be debating, and he probably is just trying to be her friend, and he does not know like debate structure, debate format and shit. Okay, like they don't know. They just don't know. I think some clips in the beginning though were really good. But yeah. I'm happy. It's good that we kept decorum because we need to keep if I don't have some level of decorum, I'm never going to be able to be platformed. They're never going to like I'll go to like an event and then like they'll just take away my mic. They'll say, "No, you're like belligerent, you're absurd. We're not going to let you on the mic." Which I think that would be a justifiable like reason to do that. But yeah, he definitely slipped up a few fucking times though, that was for sure. Like he definitely said some goofy ass shit and then it turned more like civil. But yeah, that was the thing. But yeah, that's my stance on IP. I fucking hate Hamas. I think this dude's numbers he knows more than me in terms of like how the numbers are like generated. So like I'm not even gonna like LARP about that. But like I think like him, he has the numbers he does somehow. Like, bruh, no, you don't. Like you managed to do it? No. No, I can test this, bro. I can test this. What is the fatality rate? Or what's the fatality ratio? Ratio. Civilian combatant Gaza. Estimates ranging from 1 to 1 up to 5 to... Dude, 1 to 1? That's crazy. Oh yeah, the elite... Dude, I forgot about the fucking military thing. A leaked internal, classified internal thing. Dude, I totally forgot about this, bro. Is that legit? Fuck. Okay, where's that? There seems... Hmm. See? Sorry, I like got lost in the sauce for a second. Okay, it leaked Israeli report that the casualty ratio is 5 to 1. Okay, so it is. Oh no, that's death rate. That is death rate. Oh. How accurate is this? Is this valid? 5 to 1. He said what? I was like, no. But the thing is, though, like, I don't know enough about it to contest it. Now, I said I would go and talk to him about this stuff. But the thing is, though, I'm not going to talk out of my fucking depth. However, though, to prove that, like, yeah, Trump seems to have positive feelings for genocide, yeah, that's, like, pretty trivial. Invalid, the conclusion should be treated as strong wall source estimate. Up to 1, it's not a death rate in the epidemiological. Epidemiological? How do I say that? Epidemiological? Oh, let me do this. There. In calculation of 44 were not identified as Hamas. Roughly 83% civilians. 5 civilians. Why it has evidential weight. Is not an active assessment. The database belonged to Israeli. And it reportedly acknowledged the databases. Oof. Number comes from an individual name-based intelligence list. Rather than accepting battlefield claims, they later reject the figures as incorrect and said they did not reflect the data in systems, but not publicly specify which input total deaths disputed. Whatever, 2 to 1. It does not by itself establish an exact final ratio for the whole war. Members of armed groups. Okay. All right. Well, it was fun getting to do the rhetoric. How'd the debate go? I went. It was very strong. Starting, and then we talked about the Trump stuff, and he just played Trump apologetics. Like, well, does he actually mean this thing where if you have like a very clear reading, or was Trump actually like thinking about like the safety and the? It's like, no, he doesn't give a fuck about these people because he's obviously making tweets about like, you know, destroying literally all of Iran, right? And he already gutted USA. Like he clearly doesn't give a fuck about people. But he's like, well, when you have to expel all the people from Gaza, you have to fucking do it for their safety because there may be like ordinances that could blow them up and blah blah. And I was like, okay, well, they don't want to fucking leave, and that's gonna necessitate their fucking deaths. Right? Of like it's gonna necessitate a massive number of deaths of people who don't want to be expelled. And it's like, well, like how do you get past this thing? It's like, I'm not intending to kill people. I'm just intending to ethnic cleanse people in a way such that the probability of them dying is almost certain. But I'm not trying to kill people. It's like dog, that's genocide. That's genocide. But you can like play these little word games, right? Relating to that, which I get, and as a person who does want to be careful with the semantics that we use, like, yeah, it's a little tricky. I don't know. Maybe there needs to be like a better definition for genocide, because like, like what's happening, at least from the limited amount that I do know, it feels like we're like flirting with it like an ungodly amount, and it's painful. And by flirting with it, I mean like flirting with like it being in gen. It's like, ooh, is it actually is it not? Ooh, you know, I'm gonna push the walls here, right? Overstates it conversely. Yeah, like, I want to know what is. Does anyone know what the most accurate death toll is, or death ratio is, of civilians to combatants? Results are due in an hour, and they've given me some other guys lot. Oh no, dude, that's fucked. What is the most accurate death ratio? From Gaza Health Ministry. Okay. Oh. He claimed, I think he said that was like Hamas, which does have active interest in distorting the numbers. I think that is Hamas. Yeah. Yeah, but like if Israel uses data from them, like, I mean, if it's the data that you have, it's the data that you have, you know. I know Israel has their own data too, but I think Israel says like, yeah, it's about 1-to-1, and it's like, bro, how many combatants do they have? How many combatants does Hamas have? How many? To be accurate, wait, they have? Really? God damn. Jesus Christ. What's accurate death ratio? Eight to 1? Jesus Christ. About 5 civilians killed per 1 combatant. Israel believe that the Gaza Health Ministry civilian death ratio is accurate? There's no way. I think the answer, it has to be no. It has to be no because they're just so different. Ever publicly dispute the ministry's total death and demographic? Yeah. Okay, the above article describes it. Let me take a look. Like, he did this, like, really, like, I won't call it like coward thing. Actually, no, it is being a coward. Where in the very beginning, when I confronted him on like the stuff that like was actually like relevant to shit, right? He got blown out on every single fucking thing, and he was like, "Yeah, okay, you're not a leftist. That was bad. I won't do it again." You know, kind of like when you're talking like a child. And I was like, "Okay, buddy." Right. Because he called Liam a fucking leftist, and that's crazy, bro. Like, Liam's literally an objectivist, bro. Like, it's fucking stupid. I was hoping Maddie would pop up, but she did not. I'm debating on how I want to treat the clips I got from that because there are multiple times in that discussion where I can clip them. And it'd be like super fucking easy to do. If he clips me, I'm clipping him. So I'll probably like make some stuff. I'll have defensive clips prepared. Weapons of mass clipping. Cause yeah, he like conceded real fast on like some really dumb shit he said. Cause he was like, oh, like you say it's a genocide. I was like, uh-oh, that's not what I said. Senior, let me lock in and actually read the fucking article. Okay, it's like it's almost 3 o'clock. I gotta go to bed. I'll read this article and get ready to honk you. But okay. Accepted the death toll compiled by health authorities in Gaza is broad. Wait, what year is this? Oh, it's accurate? Question mark. Well, the health authority is broadly accurate. The death toll compiled. No. So it's one thing the death toll. I'm interested in the civilian to combatant ratio. That's what I'm interested in. So I think everyone knows. Yeah, we got a stack of dead bodies about 70,000 high. But are they the good guys who are dead or the bad guys who are dead? You know, it's like, oh shit. Have been killed by Israeli attacks on the territory since October 2023, excluding those missing. It'd be amazing if I could get him to like not be a Trump dick suck. Israeli attacks on the territory since October 2023. It's the first time Israel has publicly estimated the toll from the war in Gaza. Previously, the government and military had only provided figures for militants Israel claimed to have killed. Gaza health authorities said the direct toll from Israeli attacks had exceeded 71,000. 10,000 presumed buried. Yeah. So this is just the total number, which me and obviously him or the figure significantly below. Oh wait, hold on here. It is also likely to intensify scrutiny of civilian casualties in Gaza. The Israeli military previously claimed to have killed 22,000. More than 2/3 of this were non-combatants. That figure is significantly below the 83% civilian toll. Opposite of what he says, true. The Gaza Health Ministry count is considered to be an undercount. Is that true? No way. Ministry of Health. It's like, or Ministry of Gaza. Yeah, I think it's called Ministry of Health. Considered to be an undercount. By how much? Sort of aggregate. Is it an undercount relating to the puzzle or? Especially direct violent deaths that were never registered, not merely incomplete demographics. Okay. Not provide a breakdown of fighter, non-combatants, Israeli attacks on Gaza, hell. Okay. Dude, I feel crazy. I thought I've seen him on the pick up the mic thing. If not, then I'm just schizoing. But I know everyone, like I've seen his name so many times. No, he's definitely not there. So, yeah, I'll take that one. Who are these people, bro? Anyway, yeah, I think the only thing that they can like have any semblance of like actually debating is like Israel Palestine stuff, because like people will unironically defend Hamas, and that makes these fucking people look sane. So maybe I need to be I think I need to be much more vocal about my disavowal of Hamas, because if I how do I put this? I don't think like fuck, I need to go to bed, bro. I hate debating this shit because they're like everyone has incentive to fucking lie. And when Trump, oh fuck, I should have. I think it was like literally the next thing on my fucking database here. The little thing I was writing. The next thing is the removal of humanitarian restrictions implemented by Biden. Like the compliance report. Like to make sure, hey, you're gonna use this stuff. I should have started with that, bro. God, that's what I get for debating at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning, bro. Of course, he's got to be on the East Coast. But I got the important stuff out the way initially. And I don't think there's any clips of me that are any good. I don't think there's any like good clips. Because we, again, largely agreed. It's just like, is Trump, like, is his mindset that of being okay with genocide? Which, not Now, again, you could try to twist it and be like, well, no, it just means he wants to give them more weapons to attack Hamas or some shit. But it's like, no. Like, I can be like, nah. Like, it's literally shit to make sure you say humanitarian, actually. Like, the fuck? That's strong justification. I should just open with that, and then it would have been over in like 2 seconds. Oh my god, I should have done that. Should have been so. I would have speed run. I would speed run it, dude. I blundered. Should have just done that. Like, all this yap on all this other shit, be like, nah, he wants to remove the humanitarian restrictions. Boom. Speedrun. Oh, and then Trump goes. Like, just on virtue of that alone, bro, that would have been like, oh, fuck me. I hate the IP shit. I genuinely fucking hate the IP shit. Israel's concept of response and light the signal. Oh, wait, I should actually read. I'm like literally scrolling, like picking out words instead of actually. Sorry, I'm like really sleepy. Not long ago, Hezbollah leader Hassan was quoted saying, "The Zionists will think 10,000 times before attacking Lebanon." America appears in reference to the Prime Minister declaration. What's the main thing I should be looking at here? Because there's a lot, and I don't feel like reading everything. Here's the 2 major challenges. First is how to prevent being dragged into an ongoing dynamic of attrition on the northern border, similar to what in recent years developed along the border with the Gaza Strip. The second, determining Gaza Strip. These 2 challenges can be overcome by adopting the principle of a disproportionate strike against the enemy's weak points as a primary war effort. The operations disable the enemy's missile. Hostilities, IDF will need to act immediately, decisively, and in force that is disproportionate to the enemy's actions and threat it poses. Such a response aims at inflicting damage and meting out punishment to an extent that will demand long, expensive reconstruction processes. Strike must be carried out. Like, I hate the IP stuff so much because, like, you know, I read shit like this and like of voted. Oh yeah, it was like it was 2006. It was different. Dude, I hate the fucking IP shit, bro. Like, okay, Arabs, stop being fucking racist against Jews. Okay, because like, let's be real. Like, because the 2-state solution has been proposed a billion fucking times, and it's been shot down by Arabs every fucking time. And that's really unfortunate. And why are they shooting it down? Frankly, I think it's just because they hate fucking Jews, bro. Okay, I really think that's why. Which, like, if you hate Jews, what are you gonna do? You know what you should do? You should not do that. You should instead work with people. Because it is a fact of humans. If we all just held hands and sang Kumbaya, the world would genuinely be a better place. Success cannot be measured by level of high trajectory fire against Israel in the end of the confrontation. That would make an effort to decrease Iran. But the main effort will be... Oh, that's good. Israel doesn't have to be dragged into the war of attrition with Hezbollah. So test will be intensity and quality of response to incidents on the Lebanese border. Israel again will not be able to limit its response. Severity is seemingly proportionate to an isolated incident. Rather, it will have to respond disproportionately in order to make it abundantly clear that it will accept no attempt to disrupt the calm currently prevailing along its borders. Deterioration as well as for full-scale confrontation. The Israeli home front must be prepared to be fired upon, possibly with every. I'd argue both. I mean, Israeli strategy for the last 2 decades has been contingent on maintaining Israeli occupation in the West Bank. The West Bank is something else that I have to look into. I know, like, and I think he would defend the settler shit, which that I'm not versed on that either. Like, I need to have my IP arc, because I'd be lying if I said that it's something that I am like well educated, like something like January 6th. Like with the fucking IP shit, there's just so fucking much. Because you have to go all the way back to the 1800s during like the fucking Aliyahs. I think that's how they're pronounced. The Aliyahs? Aliyahs? Whatever the fuck they're pronounced. You go all the way back there. And, well, actually, not even then, because when did it become the British Mandate? Actually, no, I think starting with the Aliyahs is finally a good time, because that's when Jews started like immigrating there. So yeah, starting with the Aliyahs is a good, it's a good point. If it's applicable to a Gaza Strip as well, and setting proper expectations on the idea. I don't think I read anything crazy in this, but like, bro, I wish they would just like Hamas unironically will say shit like, "We want to kill all Jews." It's like, oh damn, bro. Well, made that pretty clear. Hamas saying. From what I read so far, I think Israel's primarily to blame for the last 2 decades. How? Like, done to, let's say, oppress Arabs recent years before October 7th. Bro, why did October 7th have to happen under Biden, bro? God damn it. Why'd it have to be under Biden? Impose serious restrictions and unequal treatment on Palestinians. Different legal systems. Okay. I think the only one thing are like, okay, the 2 things I'm gonna agree with like the fucking turning point chuds are fuck. Can vote for political parties serving in Israel courts. They're not in the same legal position as West Bank. Palestine, yeah, of course. Arab has received less investments in schools. What, they got separate but equal or something here? More than half were considered poor. Oof. It's not too bad. could be worse. I mean, I don't know. The citizenship entry, blah blah blah. Israel defended the policy as security means. It seems the settlement shit's crazy. And what is the red line? There's some red line. I don't know. I need to go to bed. I'm gonna stay up, and then my brain's gonna turn to mush. I'm wondering if I should have. I don't know. I gotta think of how I want to approach this, because the truth is, actually, you know, I'm locking in, because there's a part of me where it's like, oh yeah, like the guy was cool to talk to, all right, you know, but then it's like, wait, this guy's also like a MAGA fuck, and anyone who votes for Trump and then still supports Trump, like, is actively destroying my country. Oh, but he was like a cool guy to talk to. It's like, you're destroying my country. You're destroying my country. I need to think of how I need to pursue these fucking things, dude. Like, I don't even think he can change his mind. I don't think his audience even allows him to change his mind, because he's cultivated such a far right audience. Yeah. West Bank Israel border. No, there's like I think that was in relation to like the shit. What is West? Oh wait, actually, Bank, Israel. I think it's like a red line or something like that. Where's diplomatic warning permanently issued by the United States? There's like a green line and like a red line, or something like that. Fuck. Oh wait. Oh. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna get ready and go to bed. For real, for real. 3 o'clock. It's EP time. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, I gotta figure out how I want to handle the interaction, because on one hand, I mean, the dude's destroyed my country. Fuck, I hate having feelings, but at the same time, I gotta use logic. I have moral obligations. It is what it is. All right. Good night, everybody.